got some bass to it, so it's really nice to ride out in. I try to ride to work with it almost every other day, if not every day. It's definitely a dope song to get out and start the morning to. Another thing is there is a little bit of competition tonight. Rogue Galaxies has the space. If you guys are investigating into that, Rogue Galaxies was a guest here on Chillin' with the Homies. I guess there's a lot of the community that's not necessarily stoked about what's going on with inside Galaxies or Rogue Galaxies, but they're trying to make things right. At least that's what it sounded like. I didn't listen for very long, but I did hear them trying to make some pivots and trying to make their community happier than what they currently are. So as long as they're trying to do that, I think Rogue Galaxies will be alright. But again, that's for you to make up your own mind and your own decisions. Anyways, what's up, Jimmy? How you doing this morning, brother?
I'm good, bud. How you doing, man?
Oh man, freaking chilling and drinking like always.
Yeah, I had a couple of drinks myself last night.
Hell yeah. Yeah, chilling. I usually have a couple while we're while we're doing the show. Just kind of makes sense, since the whole scene's a bar. So, anyway, so my first question for you, Jimmy, is: do you actually live next door to Ken?
Yes, I do.
Wow. So you get all this dirty gouge.
That is a true fact right there.
That's awesome. That's cool, man. That's good shit. And then whenever he's fucking up, you can just roll next door and be like, "Yo, bro, what's up?"
Yep, exactly.
I gave you money, man. What the hell? Oh, that's funny. Cause I know he was talking about it, but I just wanted to ask just to be sure, because sometimes it's just jokes, but I wasn't sure if the joke was for real or not. That's why.
Yeah, no, actually, Ken kind of introduced me to NFTs. Like, I was into crypto and stuff, just, screwing around, playing with crypto, but I never really knew anything about NFTs until I, started talking to Ken about it.
Ah, cool. Well, that's kind of where I was going to go next. So Ken got you into Cardano, huh?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, we just were talking about crypto one day, and he was talking about NFTs. I'm like, what the hell are those? I'm like, aren't they just like pictures? Why are people paying money for pictures? That's just what I knew about them back then.
And the funny thing is, that's a commonality. That's what a lot of people actually think. So what changed your mind from that it was more than just pictures?
Well, when I started seeing the potential investments in certain projects and stuff, how you can actually make money doing this. And some are just literally, just a flip. But I don't really sell anything much. I pretty much just buy and hold everything.
Yeah, I've actually created a graveyard wallet. I never thought I was going to end up doing that. Because when you first joined, I don't know about you, but when I first joined Cardano, I was bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. And what got me was definitely how I was feeling about it all. We're all going to make it. Well, it's more like NGMI. Not going to make it.
Oh my god, really? Are you serious?
I definitely have a rug pull wallet now, and for the first 6 months I was the same way, bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. I was like, I've never been rugged, and all of a sudden, like, 3 different projects rugged that I had, so they just all go in the dump wallet now.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. Like, there was one project that I got into super early. It was Very Important Dummies, and I was like, dude, this community is strong. There's no way they're ever gonna rug. And I happened to pop in their Discord, around, the first of the year, and there was a message about them closing their doors, and I was like, damn.
Well, at least you had a little notice. Some of these, they just shut down their Discord, shut down their Twitter accounts, and just disappear. So that's even worse. Then you don't know what the hell happened. You're just like, yeah, they just took my money and ran, pretty much.
Yeah,
Didn't even say goodbye. Didn't even give me a kiss on the forehead goodbye. They just took it and left.
That's right. They just gave you the D and just rolled out. So, I know a lot of people are probably wondering, where the fuck do you get your luck from? Because it's like, dude, you're catching W's like, I don't know, you're part of the alphabet. Like, what the fuck?
I don't know, dude. I do not have luck, and I've always said this. Even back when I first got into this, and I was winning all sorts of contests all the time. I don't have luck like that in real life. It's only in the crypto space.
Dude, if you're gonna have luck somewhere, that's probably a good spot to have it. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, it's not bad. I mean, I have one thing.
It's some kind of like karma payoff. Have you been very unlucky everywhere else and you just win everything here?
That's probably a good spot to have it. I'm not gonna lie.
No, it's not bad. I mean, I have
What I'm
one
saying is it's some kind of like karma payoff. Have you been very unlucky everywhere else and you just win everything here?
Pretty much, yeah, I guess so. I've been pretty unlucky in life in general, but
It kind of seems like the going rate for most people.
Yeah, you've won like
But
you've won a lot
it's
of
just-
just the win. So
it's
even
not that
if a
you're like
project
even
runs,
lucky, bro. It's like
you went
you're
from
fucking
zero,
weirdly
right,
lucky.
of using any Cardano.
You know what I mean?
So
Like,
even if the project like went to like
it's like every time I see you,
You've won a lot of the
50 ADA,
just the win. So even if a project
you're
runs,
still
Jimmy,
up 5 ADA.
you went from zero, right, of
You know
using
what I
any
mean?
Cardano, and even so, even if the project like went to like was like I don't know, started at 100 ADA or whatever, 50 ADA, it goes to 5 ADA. You're still up 5 ADA technically. You know what I mean? Like,
yep.
oh yeah, that's dope. That's facts though, Title. That's a good point.
One thing I will say is part of it has got to be pure numbers because he's in everything. Like from the second I came around the scene, I see Jimmy everywhere in everything. Like so, the effort is there, the luck is there, and the effort is there.
Yeah, no, that is definitely something we're going to be talking about this evening because he is the spider monkey of Cardano. He is just everywhere.
Oh yeah.
So, you know, you talk to Ken, and Ken is like, "Hey, bro, these pictures have value," and you're like, "Dope." You start to invest. What took you from investor to Web3 worker? Because you're modded on several different servers.
I honestly don't know how that happened. It's just like even on Twitter, dude. I'm at like almost 1,000 followers. I don't know how that happened. I don't know why people are following me. You know, it's kind of crazy.
That's funny. You have more followers than I do, and I have a show.
I think I'm at like 940 or 950 for followers, which is insane to me because, like, I remember back when I hit 100 followers, I'm like, why is there 100 people following me? I'm not that interesting.
That's funny. But you got a good charisma, and that's what it is. And you're around a bunch of different places, so when they see you in Discord, you know, saying what's up, saying good morning, chit chatting with people, then they want to see what you're doing on Twitter. And I don't know how often you post, but if you post something, they know I probably should check that out because it seems like, you know, that horseshoe that's up your ass is also a divine rod that tells you where all water is.
I like that.
No, definitely. I mean, well, I mean, it's good to follow you, but you know, the thing about it is you know, you're a good dude, and that's why people follow you, man. Really, and honestly, that's why I wanted to do this episode is because we give you a lot of shit, but you're actually a really good dude, and it's kind of nice for people to know what's behind the mod because you're in there, you're chit chatting, yeah, you're friendly and whatever else, and sometimes you're kind of like background during hump day space and chilling with the homies, but I think it was time for your just desserts.
Mostly just in NFT creative now.
I appreciate it, bro.
Yeah, easy, man. So, speaking of you modding, what servers do you mod on?
Mostly just in NFT creative now.
So what
mod in other places pretty much.
Yeah, because I did see you modding in other places, and I did see kind of like a shift in that, for lack of better terms.
Yeah, did you win those, Jimmy?
I'm not gonna name any projects or any names, but somebody got butt hurt.
Oh,
that I sold
okay.
a couple assets, so they removed me as a mod. But whatever, I don't even care.
Sheesh.
It's
Did you win those, Jimmy? Did you win those NFTs?
Oh no, these were actually ones that I invested in. I had a lot of them.
Oh, okay.
I no longer have any of them. I think I have one left, maybe.
Yeah. So
DeFi Mofo's like thumb downing.
Well, because he knows who I'm talking about.
yeah, I caught wind of you once you've been in this space long enough, you can kind of see how a project is, and you can start once you start hearing murmurings of like other things, like not even stuff like blatant, you know what I mean? Sometimes it's just under the surface, and when it reaches you, and if you hear enough of it, it's kind of like that old adage, if there's smoke, there's fire. So I was catching a lot of smoke, and I was like, you know what? I'm getting off this ship. At least that was my thought process behind it, because it could be, I could say and not make any money, or I could roll out right now and get a little bit of money, and then save myself some heartache in the long run.
See, lucky for me, when I had bought it was cheap, and then the price was up high, and I got out, which was nice. So now I pretty much, it's kind of insane. I was talking to Maria about this, that
If you wait one
everything
year,
that's in my
you
wallet
have a
right now,
tax
other than the ADA,
bracket.
I pretty much didn't pay
That's
for.
really cool. So I think
I'm
it's
kind of
been a
like
year
at even ground right now.
You pay less taxes.
That's good, man.
I have almost 400 NFTs plus a whole bunch of tokens in there, so that's not too
If you
bad.
wait 1 year, you have a different tax bracket. That's really cool. So I think it's been a year on some of your winnings. So you pay less taxes if you actually sold and had to report. So FYI, I'm not a tax expert though. Do your own research.
Yeah, we should actually do a little something on taxes too, man, because I know that's quite confusing. Like one thing I won't do is switch my ADA over into cash. One, it's not worth it right now. But if I switch it over into USD, that transaction right there, I know that's a taxable event.
Yeah,
So I'm
that
trying
could
to
be
stay away
putting
from
it into
those.
a hole, according to the IRS.
Sorry, IRS.
If the only thing I do is turn
right
my
now.
fiat cash into ADA, am I okay?
Well, it's interesting because when you
That's
buy
all I
it
seem
and
to
sell
do.
it, that's when it counts.
Yeah, that could be
Yeah.
putting it into a hole, according to the IRS. That makes sense.
Yeah.
So
Like,
in
can I
this
claim-
market
right
Can I
now.
claim this loss?
It's really kind of funny.
Well, it's interesting because when you buy it and when you sell it, that's when it counts. So I bought some at like $1 something. It's now hit, I think it's back to 30 cents or something. So I could deduct that loss, right? Each time I would sell now. It's really kind of funny. So
Well, it's funny speaking of taxes because this was my first full year after I got the promotion that I did my taxes. And it's very clear I have entered a new tax bracket because I get no refund.
That's U.S. government entering a lower standard of itself. What are you talking about?
I used to get anywhere from like 500 to 800 back each year, and I did my taxes the other day, and my refund was $6.
my God, I was gonna say, was it $6? I thought you were 600. Oh,
You
geez.
could
No,
go
$1.
In some way, shape, or form, unfortunately.
But I can't complain too much. I'm making much more money, so.
Yeah, definitely. Every benefit has its downfall in some way, shape, or form, unfortunately. But back to the what we were talking about. So yeah, you got out of some of those projects that you were working for, kind of toxic from what it sounds like, and then you moved into NFTC. So, what's your thought and feeling on NFTC and the direction that they're heading right now?
No, I love it. I love everything about NFT Creative. Mullet Lord, Andrew, and Maria are the best, and they want nothing but the best for everybody. It's kind of impressive how unselfish they are, and how selfish a lot of people are in this space. It's crazy.
Yeah, I'm definitely glad. Go ahead.
I was just gonna ask, how did you first get turned on to NFT Creator? Like, was it through Punkass?
Through Maria, through Andrew. Yeah, I mean, I met them. I mean, Maria came on your space, I believe it was, Powdery, back in the beginning. I don't know. I just remember I really liked her personality, and I thought she was cool. And she opened her Discord server, and I had an invite to it, and I didn't know it was like nobody was supposed to know about it, so I just invited like everybody to it that I knew. And all of a sudden, I know she was freaking out. She's like, "Why are all these people in my Discord?" Because it was like a brand new Discord, and nobody was really supposed to know about it. So
Yeah, that was funny. I remember when that happened. She was kind of freaking out. No, but Maria and Andrew definitely are taking NTC in a good direction. My only regret is that I don't help them out more. That's truly it, because they are definitely shouldering a lot of stuff, and they need help. But I'm a dumbass and I can't math well, so I just kind of sit on the sidelines and just watch the adults work. Yeah, but yeah, I agree with you, man. I think NFTC is going in a good direction. They actually really do care about their people. They care about their community. They care about even really other people's communities. Technically, if you really think about it, because they're bringing people into the NFTC family.
Jimmy,
So
did you join?
really,
Jimmy, did you
you're
join
right.
the
Very, very
I gotta set it
selfless.
up when I'm less busy. I'm
So,
planning for this month.
Maria, I see you listening. This will be the last time I say anything good about you.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can talk smack now.
That's right.
Jimmy, did you?
Okay, are you?
Did you join? Jimmy, did you join the staking? I gotta set it up when I'm less busy. I'm planning for this month. But have you joined the stake pool?
Oh, for NFT Creative?
Yeah. I'm just curious
I did
about
that
this
as soon as
moment
I knew
because
about
there
it.
is a chance
Okay,
to win NFTs
are you like one of
by
the
being a
top
delegator
tier going
So
to
I'm
win the
very curious right
NFTs
now.
this drop?
Oh, you mean for delegating your wallet? Like, I think
Yeah. I'm just curious about this moment because there is a chance to win NFTs by being a top delegator. So I'm very curious right now.
Oh
Yeah,
my
as I said, I had sold a bunch of NFTs recently, so I actually have a bunch of ADA in my wallet, which is nice. I've never had that much ADA in my wallet, and it's all delegated to the pool. So I'm hoping I am one of those top tier people. That
Oh my God! Oh my God!
I'm gonna be honest. I also did the same thing. As soon as I got a chance, I delegated. As soon as I saw the announcement,
So Jimmy can win this.
and
'Cause I'm feeling
I'm not gonna be any competition
How many
because I have
win
NFTs
in the
for sale,
first-
but no one wants to
in the
buy
first
them.
in the first month in the first epoch.
So Jimmy could win this.
Oh my God!
Is what I'm feeling. Maybe we should make this a contest or something. How many people think Jimmy's gonna win in the first?
Yeah,
In the first month.
you can start
In the first epoch.
side bet, get a side pot going. Well, since so how long in total have you been into NFTs, Jimmy?
NFTs I got in probably March of last year, I think it was.
Okay. Man, that was kind of like right, almost at the decline. Yeah.
Yeah, I started buying ADA, I don't know, probably around almost $2, but when I got into NFTs, it was around like $1.30 or $1.40, I think.
Yeah. Man, and
Nah.
we've been in this bear market for a while. I thought eventually we'd be climbing out of it, man. It doesn't look like there's any end in sight.
Gotten people excited, but
Yeah, I keep hearing about the bull run. I'm waiting for it. 'Cause I would love to see all my ADA turn into, a lot of money instead of just a couple pennies.
Yeah.
There've been a couple signs of it. There've been a couple. They call it bear market rallies that have gotten people excited, but it didn't last very long.
Yeah.
It lasted like 1 or 2 weeks, and then there's another 1 or 2 weeks. But yeah, I hear it might be this year. I'm hearing 2024. I'm hearing 2025. Jimmy, have you heard any years thrown at you as guesses when we actually hit into a bull market again?
Well, I've always heard pretty much since I got into this, plan on holding it, whatever you have, till about 2025.
What does your magic
Do you know why they're saying 2025 though this time around?
I have no clue.
Probably because
These are just these are supposed to be the smart people that know everything that predict these things. So that's all I know about it.
What does your magic horseshoe say?
I don't know. My magic horseshoe tells me to invest in NFT creators.
Hey.
That's actually sounds
Look at that. That's pretty good. Do your own research, everybody. Even though we
Yes, not financial advice.
Yep. Even though we all love NFTC, you need to go in and read for yourself.
I think we can easily say this is magical horseshoe advice.
True. Yep. This is some kind of voodoo from Jimmy Bones' poop shoe, where he keeps the horseshoe. Now, what I want to ask also is, what was the best project? Like, you thought this was going to be dope, and then it just fucking tanked.
Oh, there was one I actually wrote an article on, ADA Police.
Oh, okay.
They were supposed to be having their own blockchain and everything, and then the guy, like the founder, just disappeared. He was supposed to do he was supposed to be on a couple spaces with Ken, and he got into a car accident. His phone wouldn't work one time.
Oh, I remember that. Whoa, yeah.
Yep. And then all of a sudden, he just disappeared.
Man.
And that was like the other couple rug pulls I have. They were like stupid little 3 or 4 ADA per NFT. That the ADA Police, that was actually I think 25 or 30 ADA they minted for, and I bought like 4 or 5 of them. So I actually had a little bit of money invested there. So it kind of pissed me off.
Yeah. Maria's trying to come to talk to you, man, but every time I approve her, the kind of jacks up. I think she wants to talk shit to you and tell you that you're worthless.
This is like our last time to get her on too.
I'm sure.
Before she goes into that
Sounds great coming from your mouth, Powdery. Talking on it just does it.
You got to get it where you can, right? I don't ever get to say stuff like that very often.
This might be our last time to get her on too. Before she goes into that, I don't know, woman desert race or whatever the heck she's going into.
She's gonna be like Miss Universe, I think is what it's gonna be. Like Miss Boss Player of the Universe. Is that right, Maria?
Oh my God, it works.
Hey.
Hi, good morning.
There's universe.
I woke up this morning and I was like, oh my God, I hope Andrew hasn't come on the space yet to tell the story about the most incredible time that we had with Jimmy Bones. It was a call on Discord.
Oh, God.
Yeah, I love this. This is my favorite story. And we call him on Discord, and Jimmy can't find his headphones. We don't know this, right? Because we just see Jimmy has unmuted. We're talking. We're not hearing Jimmy. And the next thing we know is that Jimmy turns on the camera and he's naked. But he's naked from like the waist up. We don't know what he's wearing from the waist bottom because the way he's holding his phone. But the camera's on, and he's like trying to find his headphones, not realizing that we see Jimmy Bones. And Andrew goes, "Whoa, there he is, on all of him in all his glory." I was struggling to breathe, how hard I was laughing. And then Jimmy sits down and he's like, "Oh my God, I'm sorry." He turns the camera off. And we're like, "No, no, it's okay. Turn the camera back on. It's fine, Jimmy. It's fine." And Andrew's like, "Oh my God." He's like, you just can't make this shit up. Like, it just happened. And poor Jimmy, he was dying. He was embarrassed. We're like, "Nah, you're cool, man. It's gross." At least like he didn't look disgusting, you know? This is the first time we saw Jimmy Bones. And yeah, it was our very first group call. And it was to talk to Jimmy about yeah, coming on, and this is before we actually, I think, even opened up our Discord. And Jimmy's right. He he came into my server at Powdery. It was just you and me in there, and I think Tidal. And I was just setting up the Discord, and I sent out a couple invites to a few people, and then I went about my business, totally, not paying attention. And the next thing I know is I go back into the Discord, and there's all these fucking people in there that I thought I thought I was in the wrong Discord. And I left, and I kept coming back, and I was like, "How do I find my Discord? What is this?" And then I look, and I was like, Jimmy's in there talking, and all these people, DeFi's in there. And I was like, where did you come from? How did you get here? Jimmy invited like 100 people. I was like, oh shit, now I gotta talk to everybody. I'm not ready to do people. It was awesome. It was hilarious. Yes. Thanks for that, Jimmy. You fucking suck. And then Ted was like, "Oh, so we're just not gonna have rules
that was in your head when I was reading your text?
Nope,
Oh
no
my
rules,
God.
nothing. It's just a free for all. It's totally fine. Welcome to the frat house." Yeah. Ted was like, "Are you gonna have channels?" And I was like, "Yeah, should I? What do I do? How about we just don't do any of that stuff? It doesn't."
That's your voice that was in your head when I was reading your text. Oh my God.
Nah, fuck it. Usually that's like the deciding factor in my head. It's just, fuck it.
And you're high
Who
enough that
cares?
it says it is.
It's where you go to talk anyway. I don't need all those channels. I'm gonna get lost, and then that's just one more thing that I need to update and maintain. So no, the less is more. But yeah, we have.
And your high enough maintenance as it is. I understand.
I'm impossible to please. But it's true. So we talked to Jimmy and asked Jimmy to come on over because I had DeFi and Jimmy helping me out in my own server, and it was a really cool conversation. That was my alarm. That was my alarm. I have about like 15 minutes, and then I actually have to dip out. But I remember having the conversation, and I was like, "Anybody know how to like do anything here?" It's like I don't. And they're like, "Nope, never done this." And I was like, "Sweet, want to do it together?" And that was kind of how, like the standards were not existent. And honestly, I think it was the best way to go about anything. It's like, fuck it, why not learn together, see what happens? And then Jimmy, I think, figured out how to add channels, and I was like, really? So that's what that plus sign means. Interesting. So if I just push these buttons, something happens. And then DeFi was in there trying to help, and I was like, I've never done this either, but I guess we could try. And I was like, fuck yes. These are the people I need, ones that are not scared to try something new. And it was a safe place to fuck up in because I really didn't care. It was okay, so it was a mistake. Great. We can just delete and start over, But yeah, we brought Jimmy in because Jimmy Jimmy is notorious for being kind and just thoughtful. That's why he's in he is a whore. He's a total filthy whore. He's in every Discord. And
I told her she was going to call you a
it's
whore.
true, but he's a clean one. He's a clean one. Okay, I say filthy only because I'm envious at dirty bastard. But he's a clean whore. Yeah. Unlike Andrew, who's so nasty that I honestly call Jimmy sometimes, and I'm like, I think I need to update my vaccinations. Just because of the stuff he says. And I did go out and get an incense burner I'm not 16. But again, some of the things that Angie does and shares makes me feel like I need a secondhand exorcism. So I will, I'll call Jimmy and I was like, want to hear something gross? And he's like, no. And I was like, oh my God, guess who Andrew did? Let me describe it for you. It's not who she is, it's what it is. So yeah, Jimmy gets everything. He's the first person I talk to in the morning, and most often the last one. If it isn't Jimmy, it's Andrew. But everything, like every single thing that I do, or I'm contemplating, from every GIF or tweet that I sent out, it goes to Jimmy first. He is the first person to see everything. And a lot of times I'm like, Andrew's gonna fucking get so mad at me. I mean, I'm gonna do it anyway. Just double check that I didn't misspell, you know? And usually the misspellings are like, you forgot a T in the word shit. And I was like, did I? Thank you, Jimmy. Your grammar is phenomenal. But yeah, I send everything to him because Jimmy is, he's a great guy, and he is insane when it comes to grammar. Like the editor feature in Word or whatever Grammarly programs they have out there, they're not even close to the computer in Jimmy's head. So it's fantastic. I just send stuff to him and I'm like, does this make sense? Or I'll send him my rants, you know. But yeah, Jimmy gets and sees everything, and he knows everything. A lot of times he knows. I mean, I tell Andrew everything. Okay, so both of them know. It's just the delivery is different. Andrew's more delicate and sensitive, so I have to use like words as if I was talking to a kindergarten class sometimes, because he's very sensitive in a good way, but he can only handle so much, because then it's like, oh my God, did you just give me more than 3 things to do? Whereas Jimmy's like, yep, okay, so yeah, that makes sense, and he could handle it. So yeah, they're a good bunch, but Jimmy is he's a great guy, and he is lucky. That I don't understand. Him and fucking DeFi, honestly, it's either or. You know what I mean? So if I see them, the only time that I know Jimmy's not going to be lucky is in Royal Rumble. Like, he's dying the dumbest fucking ways. Like ways that I haven't even seen the game spit out yet. That's the only satisfaction I get. I was like, that's right, motherfucker. You died from math. Mm-hmm.
It's true.
Yeah.
Math will kill me every time.
It will. I'm glad that we're doing
You
this
know,
show.
yeah. I mean, me too, man. I mean, I think he really deserves it. But like, just on a side note, I know I say this every so often, but think about where you were, like when we first met, to where you are now. It's almost like night and day. Like you were confident in yourself, but not necessarily confident in the product that you had. I mean, you loved it and you loved the theme behind it, but it was kind of like you were a little timid at first. And now it's just like, bro, fuck you.
It's true. And listen, I still have my collection, and I will release it. It's the meaning behind it. It's too heavy, and it's like if you turn on the news, right? You'll see the news, and they're like, "Oh my God, there's this horrible factory, and it blew up." And then they'll tell you, you know, the injuries that happened, or the train derailment that happened, or there's a war that's broken out. And then after a while, they just move on to the next clip. But there's this, it's the content that they're putting out. They describe these horrible events, and then there's no follow-up to it, right? How much of it now is there's this war that's been going on in the Ukraine. Horrible situation for all these people that have now been living in these god-awful conditions, and yet the news now does maybe, you know, a 5-second little piece of like, oh yeah, so then the Russians were fucked over by the Ukrainians in this little area, and woohoo, good for them. And then they move on to the next piece. And
They really normalize it.
yeah, they
too.
do it. It's just like, oh man, it's like I just stepped in some fucking gum walking to my car. That's like the same kind of emotional reaction or response. I'm like, yeah, that sucks. Or, oh, good for them. I just found like a penny on the ground. The same message is lost its weight, but there's no. We've all come to expect like shit but we don't want to see the actual face of the disaster. Like, no, we even censor the images of people when they're injured. You see, like yesterday, oh my God, there was a high speed pursuit here. Obviously, I mean, I live in California, so LA, we always have them.
True.
And I was sitting in the parking lot at Costco with Kiki in the car, and we're watching the live stream. I can't leave. Like, I'm so close. You just know when this guy's about to fucking like spin out or crash. So he's on the freeway and he's heading from LA, and he's not that far from my house. And I was like, hell yeah, dude, come south. Like, we are cheering for this dude just so that he can eat shit closer to my house. And the second that the guy, he does crash, and the second the guy runs out, the camera zooms out because they don't want to give the viewers too much. Like, let's ignore the fact that he's been driving like 100, on the streets, and there's kids everywhere. He's driving on the wrong side of the road. It's 5 o'clock in the afternoon or the evening, and yeah, there's all these other potential victims and horrible ways that people could die. He's shooting with an assault rifle outside of his window. But the camera stays on him the entire time, except for when he gets out, because now there's a human. It's no longer a car that's doing this. It's a person. And they tackled the fuck out of him, and I was like, yes! But I had to watch the replay and zoom in myself because they zoom out because they don't want to even show the viewers a guy getting tackled on the sidewalk. Who the fuck cares? I hope his head goes first into that curb. He seriously just shot near kids. I mean, he shot all across the South End. I mean, most of these freeways are shut down now because it's an active crime scene. I don't give a shit about him falling. I want him to fall. Hog tie that motherfucker. You know what I mean? Put a gag in his mouth. I want to see justice served now. I've been committed for 15 minutes watching this show. And it's like, it's true though, right? So the same thing is with the project. That doll represents survival, and it's sad that happens, and the weight of alarm, dude. Sorry. It's just, I don't think we're there yet. People are just not ready to hear, how people live and what is a normal life for some people, not knowing that that's actually not normal, And so I didn't know how to repackage a doll that is about, it's about abuse. And that word alone is horrible. It's heavy, and yet at the same time, it isn't. Because bullying is a form of abuse. You can have any type of like discrimination. Quite honestly, would probably fit that spectrum, or if there's a spectrum for that word, maybe there should be. And I don't think people really wanted the reality of what that doll was and what each of her, colors were and backgrounds. So coming on the space with you and hearing about other projects, all it did is it just confirmed that I might just need to wait until the space matures and turns into something else.
I think at one point we were almost there. We were almost there, and then the bear market set in hard, and then that vibe just left.
Honestly, I could give a fuck if it's a bear run or a bull run, because that's not the whole purpose. The purpose isn't for, it's not about making any money. It was truly about just being able to have something where instead of having, scars or any type of broken pieces or baggage, it really was about, look, this shit fucking happens, and just because it happens doesn't mean that the person allowed it, and it doesn't mean that there's anything wrong with them. It doesn't mean that they're going to be man haters. I am still a man eater. Love them. Give me some all the time. And it doesn't mean that people are going to have trust issues. I was born that way. That's not going to change. And it doesn't mean that all of a sudden that they need, a decade's worth of therapy. Like, when something's wrong is wrong. And it was also about the impacts of children and how, our kids, in one sense, went through that just with COVID and the pandemic. And here we are as adults telling people, like, oh, the world's not going to cater to you. Really, motherfucker? It totally just did. Like, they shut everything down, and these kids were given a free hall pass for almost 2 years to do school on a computer. What did they learn? Probably not much. Yeah, so that's like
Nope.
a counterintuitive argument. I also lie to my children when I say that we don't lick people. I do lick people. Privately, naturally.
They do.
Yeah, see? That's what I mean. Like, I can't be a liar. But yeah, it wasn't so much the market. It was honestly seeing that people like pretty shit or people like pixelated stuff. People like some ugly shit too. But what they don't like is the truth. So I don't
Yeah.
share.
Not to cut you off, but where I was going with that is right before the bear market like really set in, there was this mental health push. Like it was hard. Almost like a huge tidal wave for like lack of better words. It's something like every space that I was in, someone was talking about it and everybody was trying to tackle it. That's why I was saying it was really close. And then when the bear market set in, that whole voice just got snuffed out.
Oh, hell yeah. I'll tell you this. I remember talking to Jimmy. Ken was hilarious. He's like, is that a ball gag in her mouth? And I was like, ooh. Now I am naughty. So that is fitting. But we all have different, we have our different personalities, right? And I remember talking to Jimmy. Jimmy's like, well, what is it about? And I was like, this guy seems to have a pretty healthy emotional intelligence. He's quite kind, genuinely kind. And he has like a human side to him where you can tell when somebody is mature enough that they can hear something without attributing, man, I'm so sorry. I fucking hate that. I hate when people are like, I'm so sorry that happened. I was like, why? You didn't fucking do anything. I didn't do anything. Shit just happened. So I remember telling Jimmy, and then Jimmy being like, I can relate. But it was in that moment where I'm like, these are things where it has to happen on a one-to-one kind of a basis. And then you're right, there was this huge shift, and then the mental health angle was huge. And then it was a charity, right? Because they go hand in hand. And
Right.
I was really put off by that. And I think it was you and Jimmy and DeFi and Andrew all kind of shared the same sentiment. Where it's like, yeah, that's cool, but I'm not having the pressure of like wanting to do something like that. And then I forget, somebody was like, well, why don't you work with domestic violence? And I was like, why? That's like, no, I am the worst person. I would be the worst spokesperson for any type of a movement like that, because it's not a lack of empathy. It's just like I almost feel like that there are different degrees of violence that occur, and I only fit one tiny portion of that. And so I just, one, I don't belong there, and two, I actually do lack compassion when I see something that happens for an extended period of time, and there's an individual who is consciously allowing it to continue, especially if children are involved. Like those people I can't stand.
Yeah.
They just get lumped in with pedophiles in my brain. So I would never be able to operate that way. It's probably why I'm also not a cop, because I would have like a taser and then a cow prod, because I think those are even stronger. I'd be zapping asses all day long, like fuck you. I couldn't. Like I would be the vigilante, like Deadpool, only just as a chick that's hot. I'd be the hot Deadpool, and I'd get arrested because they'd be like, you can't hit people, yeah. So
Yeah, but if you were Deadpool, you look like a ball sack.
yeah, that's
Sit out
probably,
there.
that's horrible. But I love that you guys I love that you guys have made this about Jimmy Bones, because quite honestly, he's always a person that he's the first person that I go to. And Jimmy, you know this because I have called you, or I'm like, is it a bad time? And he can tell just in the way that I ask that, from the tone of my voice. He's like, what's going on? It doesn't matter what he's doing. I'm like, I'll call me when you can. I was like, it's fine. And then he's like, no, tell me right now. I'm pretty sure if I needed to get rid of a body, Jimmy would be there. I would do the same for him in a heartbeat. And he's that for so many other people. And it's insane to me how it took this kind of a space for me to be reminded that there are other pretty badass people in the world. That I'm not alone. I have found my people. But it's true, right? Because we're so focused on our own fucking lives, and it's nice to have a different place to go. And I like that. Yeah, Twitter's cool. Don't get me wrong. And Discord is cool, but I also like to just kind of stick in my own little tribe of people that I actually can that resonate, right? I don't want to have to go and force myself to try to fit into different places. I'm too fucking old, and I don't like the things that I don't like, and I like what I like. And I'm really happy that there's a bunch of people that do have enough spice and flavor to them that they bring that kind of variety. But you'll see Jimmy Bones every fucking morning saying good morning in all these different servers, and even in NFTC, like we have the general chat, and then you have all these other micro little hubs for projects. And again, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, to good night, good night, good night, good night. And then if a question comes in, Jimmy will send a message and he'll say like, I think this is it, but I don't want to answer it, and then be wrong. And the fact that he like stops and pauses to reflect, like, is this the right answer? And is this can I direct from here? That's thoughtfulness, right? And I like some people just know and they can take that. My alarm, sorry. They have enough initiative to just handle it.
You said, you know what? You said more than 15 minutes ago. You had to leave.
No, you know,
15 minutes ago.
Okay, I have somebody coming in an hour. And it's 7 in the morning, so I have to shower and get ready for a full day of fun. But yes, Jimmy is a great guy. I'm really glad that he. I'm really glad that through your space, Powdery, I was able to meet all these people, Jimmy included, Andrew most definitely, because that credit directly and only belongs to you. And I'll never forget the moment you're like, so I have this guy, he's really cool. I think you guys get along. He's kind of fucking weird because he's Canadian. And I was like, sold! I like it. The best description ever. And he was fucking weird. He still is, and I love him to pieces. And yeah, that's all thanks to you. But I'm really grateful that I get to come out and start my days off with all of you guys, including all these cool project founders that have now become friends. And to see what they're doing, it really is like it makes my heart smile. And I had a moment of like a proud mama moment in one of the with one of the chats that I'm in, just to see all of these founders now like having their own friendships and they're branching off. And I almost feel like the mom of like, oh, look at these play dates that I've scheduled, and it's working, and these bromances are forming. And it's literally everything that we wanted when we started off with NFTC. So it's really cool to see projects coming together and now independently forming their own collaborations within the ecosystem of NFTC. It's what it should have been this whole time. And so it's really cool that I can see the similarities of projects and founders. Even if the projects are two different things, it's still the personalities that mesh. And I love it. It really does make me super, super proud. And
Hey, Marie, can I ask you a quick question?
Of course.
I'm building one of those. On that note, and in the spirit of our origami 5 that we're supposed to have, I don't. Do you guys really need another like Blender person, an artist on stuff? Because like I just had a talk with someone, and I'm building one of those new relationships coming out of Slim's space. And I'm like, and I like this cat a lot, and we're trying to figure out like times to do podcasting and all this other like 3D shit and all this other stuff. But yeah, I mean, I need to build my portfolio. I'll tell you what my selfish interest is. Do you guys actually need, like, because I know Andrew's busy, but he's been doing Blender assets. Do you guys need another person doing more stuff, or like what's the situation there? I don't know if you can't say anything, you can say PM.
Yeah, can you do that?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So we've been super busy. Yesterday was like a documentation day. And again, everything I write, everything I create, from the dumbest fucking memes that I make, Jimmy Bones has, I'm sure, a camera roll full of my stupid junk. And so he's been sitting and reading this up, and then he'll actually follow up and he's like, you ever gonna do that? I'm like, you know who I'm waiting on. You know what I'm doing here. But yeah, we've been so busy just updating all the documentation. And yesterday we started. I know we have a whole bunch of other stuff that's coming out. So to answer your question, send me a message later because I am.
You can keep a secret,
Yeah,
but
I
you love
can't say
doxing
anything.
everybody.
Well, I'm the one who can actually keep a secret, unlike Andrew, who's like, I promise, I won't tell anyone. He's like, hey guys, guess what I did? I was like, you dumb motherfucker. What are you doing? Shut up.
So
You can keep a secret, but you love doxing everybody.
Okay, listen. If we're in business, again, I would want to know who the fuck I'm doing business with. It's like rule number one.
well, I'll be honest. She's
How
never
do we
doxed
know
me,
you are
not even
who
once.
you say you
And she
are,
knows my real
Mr.
name.
Powdery Hot Fuzz?
Yeah,
It
thank
is
you, powdery.
E.
Holy crap, I just realized she never did.
Nope. She has never doxed
How
me.
do we know you are who you say you are,
And
Mr.
we've
Powdery
met
Hot
in
Fuzz?
person, right?
You know. Yeah, she's met my family, my kids, my wife.
She's
Yeah,
so
no.
beautiful. Honestly, that was like the impression. I was like, a beautiful family. But your wife, and I was like, fuck, he is one lucky son of a bitch. Like, she's
Yeah.
beautiful. She's beautiful in person,
She's
perfect
like
body.
that big dick energy. Not true.
No, you guys are cute together, for real. Is it you don't know what to expect when you're meeting somebody, you know? And I know how you describe her and how you describe her and how she is in real life. It's identical. It was a perfect description of your wife. And so, sometimes you wonder, like, love is blind. We've all seen those people. Don't even judge me, because there are some where you're like, what the? Did they lose a bet? Like, what the fuck am I looking at? You know? But no,
Yeah.
you nailed it with her. She's stunning, and all
Yeah,
natural too,
I've-
which is the other part.
Yeah, which is dope.
Yeah.
I try to tell her that all the time. But I can definitely feel you on that because I've met some of my like military homies' wives because you talk to them all the time at work, and then you see them like at an event, and then it's like you're like, oh shit, what the fuck is
Yeah,
that?
exactly. Exactly. I actually said my daughter and I were in the car and I was like, look at this shit. This dude is so fucking hot. And then his partner looks like three of him. And she looks mean. Like she looks like she whips and pegs him if he gets out of line.
Yeah.
And he's just like goo goo gaga over her. And I was like, is this a head trauma related relationship? I'm so confused. Like, how do I get a clone version of this dude? And not
Well, it's because like she ate his wife, so he has to stay in love with her.
Probably. And I'm like, and I bet he works because that's a lot of ass to feed. So he's not unemployed. Maybe he
That's
is.
right.
I don't know. I don't get it. I don't get it. I just don't want to slip her. That's what I call pussies now. They're just slippers. You slip into them, you walk all over them, and then you throw them out when they're done.
Wow.
I know, you like that? You're welcome to borrow it. Don't be a slipper.
Yeah, I'll have to use that.
I make shit up all the time. Somebody,
That's genius.
OPG gamer, game over. He was like, you can't just add another word to your name and make it a word. And I was like, yes, I can. He's like, well, Google says you can't. Well, fuck Google. Who the fuck is Google? I'm gonna have my vocabulary all day long. I don't care. It is what it is. But yeah, we also have what was the other one? Vaginitarian. If I ever have vaginitarian, I'm looking for one of those.
Yeah. A vegetarian. Yeah. So DeFi has a rabbit list from Fraud Collective, and he was asking if anybody wanted it on the MTC Discord, but I think we're going to give it away on the show. Jimmy Bones, you've won a lot of things. Do you want to give anything away that you've won?
Oh dear God! I was joking about that, Jimmy. Don't give away anything unless you want to.
No, I will give away some NFTC. I have plenty of that.
All right, cool.
Aww.
So just
That I love.
Yeah, just like Jimmy, I will also give something away. I'm gonna give away actually an ADA TV. That way you can still collect NFTC. So, let me see which one. I have so many. No, I have like 9 of them. They're pretty dope. But I will give away an A to TV. Jimmy Bones will give away something. So we're gonna pick 3 winners. All right. So at the top is the tweet for this show, and if you you have to follow myself and Jimmy Bones and retweet that tweet. And if we get 10 people to retweet it, we can give stuff away. So really, if you think about it, if 10 people retweet it and 3 people win, you have a 30% chance of winning. Just saying.
Did you just do math?
I did, and I'm not really happy with myself. Yeah,
I'm proud of you.
I have to like.
Speaking of math, I gotta go.
Yeah.
I'm literally gonna be so late
Get the fuck out of
for a day of. There's thank you. There's so many like bad choices to be made, and they're not gonna make themselves. You know.
True.
I gotta rebalance my accounting.
No, we appreciate you showing up.
Maria, thank you for coming.
Of course.
If literally, if I gained nothing in this space, I gained a wonderful, amazing friend.
Aw, same, dude. Seriously, I have already won as far as I'm concerned. Like I don't check my wallet. I know that the stuff that I have in there, I like. What I don't like, I just don't have it. But I've got a great jackpot winning and all the people that I've got to meet and become friends with. And it definitely inspires me to be a better person every day. So thank you to everybody that's sprinkled my life with a little bit of greatness. Because the good Lord knows it was lacking before.
I'm a little jealous because I moved out of the time zones of the United States that I don't get like love notes and shit. You guys, that hurts my feelings. You guys talk to each other every day, and I'm lucky to talk to you every once in a while.
See, I can talk to you at night. It's just that I get up at 4:13 in the morning because I work out in the mornings. It's therapy for me. It's not always. Oh, you should. I mean, I'm not going to tell you what to do. I'm not here to give you advice financially, but as your friend,
I'm gonna draw.
I mean, do it. You know, yeah. I'm not going to tell you not to. Why not? See if you like it. You know?
I'm gonna just like every day it's gonna be a different picture on my Jennies. You ready for that, Jimmy?
No.
I'm just kidding. I wouldn't do that.
I love you guys. Thank you for letting me come up here. Jimmy, thank you for being you. Don't ever change.
True.
Maybe be a little bit meaner sometimes. And take some days off. Like literally, it's okay if you miss a day or two.
Don't do it. It feels too good.
No, you need it. You need some you time, definitely. And without getting too deep, I hope that you enjoy your weekend and you do something for yourself and celebrate all the good memories and make some new ones with some new people. You know who I'm thinking of. Say hello to her for me, please. Thank you. Bye. Love you guys.
Love you too, man. Later.
See you, Maria.
All right. Well, I mean, that was good. I'm glad that Maria stopped by, man. It's definitely dope. Let's see. Ronald Sam, if you want to say something about Jimmy Bones, you can definitely DM me and let me screen your call before you come up here.
Seriously, though, Padre, like I've met so many amazing people in this space. You know, you, Andrew, DeFi, Driz. There's just so many. The list goes on and on. There's so many just amazing people, amazing personalities, and just genuinely good, kind people in this space. You know, it's crazy. Like, you know, you have your scumbags that are trying to rip people off, but there's a lot of good people in the space.
Yeah, there really are, and I've been, lucky ever since I started this show that the good people just kind of gravitate around here. Because if you look at it, there's like 20 other motherfuckers in here, Jimmy, that they're here just to hear about you, because that's how cool of a dude you are. And then I'm sure the replay is going to be 100 motherfuckers that want to know about Jimmy Bones and why he's so lucky. And here comes the fucking machinist. Awesome. So there's that should tell you like how good of a dude you are. Like honestly, you really care about the people that you deal with. You mostly know what the hell you're talking about, and then on top of that, you are you're selfless, dude. Really, honestly, and it's cool to be even around you, man. It's people like you is the reason why I love doing this space. I'll be honest.
Thank you, bro. I appreciate it.
Good morning, Ken. Or the machinist. I'm not sure which way we're supposed to go with that. Are you still making coffee? Maybe. All right.
Hey, sorry about that. Yeah, we woke up late, and I was just running to get to the phone after I joined the space. I can't believe I woke up late for the Jimmy Bones appreciation space. What the hell is wrong with me? Don't answer, by the way.
What's up, Ken?
What's up, Jim? What's going on, Powdery? I'm not sure what's been said or what's going to be said. If Jimmy Bones is involved, it's only got to be good things. I just got to say, since I first got into this space, even before Jim was in here with us, he was always interested in it. He was always a positive force behind everything I've always done. And having one of my best friends come into this space and us get to kind of do this together and talk about it out here in the real world has been freaking amazing. He really is like a brother to me. And to be honest, he's helped me. My journey through Web3 has not always been easy. Right. There's been some ups and downs, and without Jimmy Bones, I don't know if I'd still be here doing this today. Because when things got really bad, there was always one person I could talk to that was right here, right next door, that would always say, "You're doing a great job. Just keep pushing and keep trying to get to where you're going." And that was Jimmy, and he's a freaking amazing guy. It gives him no excuse for winning everything all the goddamn time, but that's a different subject.
I got a question for you, Ken.
Oh God.
Oh God, I can't even imagine.
So, when Jimmy takes out his trash, what is he wearing?
Well, that depends. If it's in the winter, right, he wears boxer briefs. If it's in the summer, absolutely nothing.
That's pretty dope.
No,
That's bold.
actually, he's a normal. You wouldn't think that Jimmy Bones is. He's just a normal, hardworking guy, right? Just goes to the shop, does what he has to do. Takes care of whatever he's got to take care of, and then just kind of comes home and hangs out. Like, he's a big guy, though. People don't realize that. Jimmy Bones is a big guy. I would not mess with Jimmy Bones.
Yeah, I kind of noticed that when he sent me the picture of himself to put on the flyer, which I was so thankful that I didn't have to like upload the picture and erase around him because that would have been freaking hard as hell. But yeah, he's a big dude.
Nicest guy in the world. He really is. He's like a giant teddy bear. Unless you mess with his family or his friends, and then he'll probably bite your face off. But I haven't seen him do it yet, so which is nice.
Well, that's a good thing. Jimmy Bones, keep your teeth to yourself. So, you did miss quite a bit. We've asked Jimmy Bones quite a few questions. So trying to get back to that. What was the worst mistake you ever made, Jimmy Bones, that turned out not to be so bad? You're like, man, this is freaking a horrible idea. And then you got a little bit further into it, and you're like, I can live with this.
I don't know. That's a crazy question. I've made some horrible choices that I definitely regret. I don't know. I can't think of any that I was like, oh, this wasn't such a bad idea. Pretty much, we're all just terrible ideas that turned to be terrible.
Well, it was a shot. I figured I'd just throw the life preserver out there. It didn't hit. That's all right.
Yeah, I don't usually go in thinking it's a bad idea. I mean, you do have some idea in your head. Maybe this isn't such a great choice, but sometimes if there's a couple beers involved, it seems a little like a bad choice.
I
But yeah, they usually don't turn out good. Yeah, I usually don't look back and say, that wasn't such a bad idea. It worked out good. It usually is like, nope, that was stupid.
that always reminds me of because you're saying just being like drunk or whatever. We tried to convince this one dude one time to one pump at ant hill. Like he thought he could do it fast enough where no ants would get on his deal. And we were trying.
Oh, one of the big tall ant hills that are like a couple feet tall.
Yeah. And,
what was he thinking?
Well, we didn't get enough money together for him to do it, but that definitely was pretty funny. And I was thinking like this is a super bad idea, but it didn't turn out to be too bad because he didn't do it.
Yeah, well, that's the only reason that it didn't turn out bad because he didn't.
Oh, I would have straight died if he did do it though, because I was already dying just at the thought of him doing it.
Oh, it would have been great for everybody else, but him. He's the only one that's bad.
Oh yeah, because dude, I don't care. You could be the best ninja in the world. There's no way you're getting out of that unscathed.
No.
I'm trying to think of funny things that Jim did when we were working together, but you didn't really break much. Was that you that crashed Dan Haskell's machine that one time and bent the whole table, or was that somebody else?
Oh, that was me. A piece of aluminum that folded in half because I forgot to screw it down.
This was great. Where I forget what the hell happened. You'll have to tell the story. You probably remember it from nightmares now. But a giant CNC, you felt the whole shop shake, and apparently Jim hit the wrong button or something. But it was all right. It was good times. I don't think anything else really. Fun.
Tell us the story, Jimmy. I want to hear it.
Oh, well, I was kind of new. I mean, I just started this trade not that long ago, a couple of years ago, but I was learning this machine and I, just started doing it. And you kind of got to pay attention to what you're doing because once you send the table into the machine, it starts machining. And if everything's not clamped or screwed down right, that piece of metal is going flying and it's going to smash into something inside the machine. So a guy came along while I was clamping and screwing everything down and I forgot to put the 4 screws in. And I just set the table in and I walked away. He comes over to me with this bent in half piece of metal. He's like, you forget to put the screws in this. I'm like, oh, shit. And then he's like, yeah, the machine crashed. Then it knocked something off the axis. They had to get the company out to fix it. It was funny.
Oh, damn.
But it's a learning experience. It literally, even the head guy in the shop, he comes over, he's like, listen, we've all done it. He's like, it happens. He's like, just don't do it again. That's all.
Yeah, the best way to learn things is to break things. But honestly, I gotta say, man, Jim is one of the smartest people I've ever met. I remember when he started at the machine shop. He had never, like you said, he had never done it before, and he picked this stuff up ridiculously fast. He's like the Rain Man of machining. Oh, Naomi told me calling someone the Rain Man of anything is not a compliment, so I apologize.
Even though you're smart, kind of neuro. Not necessarily the best way to go about it. I was gonna say my dad actually was a machinist too. He worked for Anheuser-Busch and a paper mill down in Florida. So that job's kind of hard, man. A lot of math in that, yeah.
There is. I don't like math, but I'm learning it.
Yeah, hell yeah. Hey, just a little bit.
It's really cool though. I'm impressed with what I've learned. Honestly, it impresses me because when I first started running these machines, Ken would always tell me, he's like, "Oh, don't worry, you'll pick up on it eventually." And I'm like, I'm just looking at this thing, and there's like 9 million different buttons. I see everybody pushing all the time, adjusting stuff, and I'm like, I'm never gonna learn all this. And now it's like I run a thing like I'm driving a car.
Yeah.
It's just second nature to me now. And it's kind of crazy.
So just a little bit of housekeeping. I see Realistic Archer requesting to speak. If you're wanting to speak, you can shoot me a DM about what you want to speak about. If you're a project trying to get on here, just you can DM me anyway, and I'll give you the application to be on Chilling with the Homies. That way we can give you the appropriate time for your project. Just wanted to get that out of the way. Also, at the top, if you retweet and follow myself and Jimmy Bones, then you will be entered in for a giveaway. There are 3 giveaways going on right now. Jimmy Bones is going to give away some of his NFTC. DeFi Fo Mofo is going to be giving away a rabbit list from Frog Collective. And I will be giving away an ADA TV. So if you have not got on there and followed myself and Jimmy Bones and retweeted and liked the tweet, then you need to do that so you can be entered in for the giveaway. And then there's Anka Janat. I just said PM me if you would like to speak. Go ahead, Machinist.
Hey, can we give away a Pause for a Cause NFT as well in Jimmy Bones appreciation?
Actually, I need to buy one.
We just got to make sure Jimmy Bones doesn't win it though.
Yeah, is Jimmy Bones allowed to win anything?
I don't want to.
Yeah, if his name comes up, I'm gonna pick the first person that lost.
It would be awesome if in Jimmy Bones' space, like he won all of the prizes.
He probably will. Let's be honest.
That would be funny as hell, honestly.
I mean, that's a pretty good claim to fame, right? To be the one guy in the NFT space that wins everything. Everything.
Yeah.
Do you buy lotto tickets, Jim?
Oh, I do, but I'm not lucky like that in real life. It's only in this world. It's crazy. I can't win stuff like that out here. You know, it's only in the Web3 world.
Yeah, but if you take the time to actually capitalize on it, like you win it, there's a lot of popularity and a lot of buzz behind it, and then you sell it, and then they crash, you win again.
This is true. I don't sell a lot, though. I really don't.
Yeah, I need to get into a better habit of selling.
Yeah. I heard you talking about that earlier. I'm in the same boat. Like, I just always buy stuff and never sell it. Sometimes, like, people offer me for some NFTs, and I'm like, well, all right, maybe.
Yeah, I need to get better about selling. Because then I hold it so long that they just stop being an actual project.
Yeah. And then I have ones that like had such a high floor, and I'm like, I think I should sell this. I'm like, nah, I'll hold a little longer, and then they're like a quarter of the price. I'm like, yeah, guess I should have sold that.
You got to follow your gut sometimes. But anyways, I know earlier, Jimmy, we asked you about, what was the worst mistake that you thought was like not so bad. Well, let's flip that script since you didn't really have that, and ask you what was like something you thought was going to be like better than freaking sliced bread, and then it turned out to be fucking dog shit.
Jesus Christ, Machinist, I thought you said the best.
Oh, damn, man. I was Sheesh.
Best answer.
NFTs, bro.
Jesus Christ, Machinist, I thought you said the best cancer ever. What are we talking about?
What? No, and God damn it. I am eating a grill, so that could be part of it.
Well, other than your marriage, Jimmy Bones, NFT wise, what would you say?
I don't really want to. I invested in a project that I was very disappointed in. That's all I can say. And like I said, I talked about this earlier. When I started selling them, they removed my moderator roles and all that crap, and it's just shitty, I think.
Yeah.
I don't want to name the project, but it was just a shitty thing to do. It's like almost bullying your community. You know what I mean? Because I sold a couple
Yeah,
NFTs.
no.
Like you start taking my mod roles and stuff like that in the Discord. It's just that's why I just got the fuck. After that, I just sold everything. I was like, screw it, and I'm happy I did because I actually made money.
Yeah.
So it worked out. But I just think it was a piss poor decision on their part because I never did anything. I always, just like in every Discord that I'm in, I even if somebody asks me a question, if I know the answer, I tell it to them. If I'm not sure, I tell them I'm not sure. I tell them what I think it is, but I'll always go and try and find out the correct information before I answer somebody.
Yeah. No, yeah, and I'm the same way. A lot of times, like that's why when people ask me about NFTC, I haven't been in there a lot, so I try to freaking defer them to someone that actually knows a whole lot more than I do, and that's the safest way to do it. And you're also right. Is man, when a community gets toxic like that, and, like even the mods can't sell, dude, that's gnar, bro. That's definitely not the way to run it, man.
Yeah, it wasn't. Like I said, I sold a couple because I needed the money, and then it was like, you're gonna treat me like that because I mean, I'm not allowed to make a little profit.
Yeah.
It's, I don't know. It was really disappointing, honestly.
And you shouldn't even have to explain yourself. Let's be honest. NFTs are, yes, they're community and everything else. They're investment vehicles, right? Nobody in this space should feel bad for making a profit, right? At all. That's ridiculous. Like you're shaming people for putting food on their family's table. That's why we're all here, is to make a couple bucks.
What's up, Hood?
I've been sitting here ever since, just listening to Jimmy, man. And Jimmy, man, you're
Hey, what's going on, Pottery? Not much. I'm chilling too. I'm about to actually go to the gym. I just wanted to say I've been sitting here ever since, just listening to Jimmy, man. And Jimmy, man, you're a great dude. You've always showed respect. Every time I've been in the chats, just in different spaces, you've always shown love, and I just want to shout out you, man. You get everything that you deserve, man, because you're a great dude, man. So I just wanted to throw it out there before I leave, because I got to get these games before seeing the TCon, because I know it's about to get real live Fox 5. So I just wanted to say, man, I appreciate you, man, and continue to be you.
Thank you, Hood, man. I appreciate you too.
Man, look at that.
I got nothing but love and respect for
Feeling
you.
fucking good right now, bro.
Oh yeah, I got to jump in real quick. Hood, I meant to ask you, and I totally forgot. Tonight, there's a Web3 music space that I'm hosting, and I would love it if you could stop by. If you're not busy, it's totally your call. But it's Boss Talk, the Boss Cat space. If you want, thought I'll be hosting, just throw up your hand. I'll pull you right up on stage.
All right, cool beans, man. Just send me the invite. Is it at 11? Is that when is it popping?
11:30 UTC, so East Coast time. That's 6:30, and we never go over 2 hours.
Okay, cool. I'll do my best to make it for you, man. Like I said, I appreciate it. Pottery, you always demand title. Drizzy, and there's a lot of people. TD, everybody I usually see, man. I appreciate y'all. Y'all continue to do what's necessary, and I'm out. Take care.
Oh yeah, thanks,
man.
Sorry about that, Powdery. Just wanted to jump in, and we got to get that NFT or NFTC music family in on this space tonight. Actually, Shaggy's coming too. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Oh, that's dope.
Nothing.
No.
Going on.
I tell you all the time, bro. You don't have to apologize to me, man. I don't think.
You just haven't found out all the things I've done to you yet. That's the only reason you haven't asked me to apologize. Let's be honest.
No, man, you're dope, man. And actually, you're a dear friend of mine, honestly. Like, there's very few people that actually have my real phone number. And you're one of them.
And if anyone else wants it, I'm going to post it in the chat right now.
Yeah, hell yeah. But honestly, man, I really want to make that boss talk, dude. I mean, I'm glad that you're still doing something. You know what I mean? It would be such a loss for the space if you just decided to get out of doing anything, as far as, podcasts or, Twitter Spaces or whatever, because you're such a freaking great host, man. Really, I've bit off your style a couple of times, just because of how good you do your craft, man. I just love it. I know this is a Jimmy Bones appreciation, but I want to just throw you some appreciation.
Well, thank you, brother. It means a lot. And honestly, Jimmy Bones had a lot to do with why I'm still here. He really did. When I left When Mint, some people think that Boss Cat approached me, and that's why I left When Mint, but that wasn't the case, right? I left not knowing what was going to happen next. I just knew what was right for me, and I didn't know what direction to go in. And me and Jim spent a lot of time talking about it, and when I was beating the hell out of myself and saying that I wasn't good enough to be in this space, and that I screwed up too much, I just didn't want to do it anymore. He boosted me up and told me I was doing a great job, and the space needed me, and anytime I needed someone to talk to, Jimmy was always right there, right next door, and that helped a lot. I would not be here probably still doing this if it wasn't for people like Jimmy, just always being there in my corner, and talking to me not like I'm the machinist, but talking to me like I'm Ken.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah, no, that's facts, man. Dude, if I would ever found out that you were feeling that way, I would have fucking ripped your face off. That would have made me pissed.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, I've been like, what the fuck is wrong with you, dude?
Everybody needs a friend that'll rip their face off.
Yeah, that's facts. Oh, don't worry, man. Just as cool as I am, I'm like the Hulk. I'm just always mad. That's why no one ever knows I'm mad.
But it was the truth, because I was trying to help a community, and doing everything I could for them, and everything I did just didn't seem to be enough, and it got to the point I couldn't fix it myself. I was trying to fix a problem that I didn't create and was outside of my powers to fix. But by leaving that, I felt like I was abandoning I felt terrible. Like I really, and I still love that community. I may not love the powers that be there, but I love that community, and I felt terrible about it. I felt like I was, you know, not keeping my promises. I said I would always be here and always do my best for them, and I did do my best. But I needed someone like Jimmy to tell me, like, you did everything you could. You need to do what's right for
Sometimes
you.
it's just
And that
it's important just to live to fight another day. You know what I mean? Like, honestly, there's been so many things I've wanted to say to you, like for the longest time. Kind of about your previous predicament, and we've talked offline about it. But you're a really good dude, and there was coming to a point where you were getting a little burnt out. You're putting more in than you were getting out. But I'm glad that you've found your freedom, because now you can really let your freak flag fly.
Oh yeah. Well, and that
Yeah.
gets to fly because of people that are here because they really love this space.
Yep. And now our Canadian
I want
that
has
to
woken.
I just want to second that, man. It's so fucking cool, like seeing you back around, Ken. Because I always loved you, and staying away from things like I didn't always love the spaces you were in, but I always loved you. So it's very cool to see you like back in the mix.
I thought this was supposed to be Jimmy's day, not
Yeah,
Ken's.
It is.
here,
God
But
damn
the realism of it is Jimmy is a big part of, Ken's thing. So like they're next door neighbors. So that just plays into Jimmy too and everything he's done. We talked about it earlier.
Anyways, mullet.
That's what I get
Yeah.
up late.
We've been talking good about Jimmy for an hour and 40 minutes, and you show up with your naysaying.
So I shouldn't write. I shouldn't read this poem that I wrote for him.
Oh, you should definitely do.
For Jimmy? Oh, you definitely need to read the poem.
I'm gonna read it. I'm gonna read it to him in private. It's a little,
Oh, does it have a
over
sexual
the line.
Nope. Let's go over that line. Let's go.
No. I made it up. I didn't write him a poem.
Oh,
You bastard.
you know what? That's typical of Canadians. No, I'm just joking.
It's all for the fun of it.
But and
Good morning, Lord of
I
all
know.
Good morning, Jimmy. How are you today? Have you won anything yet?
No, I'm pretty fantastic though. Everybody makes me feel so good about myself, and it's kind of I hate it. It makes me feel uneasy, but it does feel amazing to hear all these great things.
No, you deserve it, bud. You're an awesome dude. You've been there for every single one of us. Like, I mean, I can't really speak for everybody else, but I know for me, you've been there for me. Ever since the beginning, ever since I met you, you've been there to support me, support Maria, support everything we're doing. And fuck, man, I love you. Love you to bits.
Thanks, man. I love you too, bro.
See, look at that. I like that. And
He's my friend. You can't have him, mullet. He's my friend.
I'm moving in next door.
No, there's no other next door. What are you going to live in?
you're not gonna get on the plane to get there.
I'll build a next door.
Actually, yeah, there is a space under the deck, and there's a chicken coop.
Hey.
Oh,
Yeah, the chicken.
There's
There
a
you
chicken
go.
coop.
Bro,
Mullet's there.
I'll just live under the stairs.
Hell yeah. Well,
Sounds.
let's get back to it. Jimmy, if you could be an animal, what would you be?
An animal. I would have to say like an eagle. I think.
Oh, an eagle. And why? Why?
Because I could fly.
That's it?
That would be awesome. That would be awesome. Just to be able to fly.
No, I mean, it would be awesome. But I mean, there's no other.
Yeah, but eagles are cool looking. They're like one of the coolest birds. Like a bald eagle.
All right. Why do they call it bald eagle? It's not really
It would be
bald.
cool to fly.
Oh, it's got like a little white head. Cool.
Yeah,
I don't
like
know
that.
cap head.
I like his
Yeah,
answer.
no, it's pretty good. It's very American.
It is pretty. Actually, did you see
America.
we actually have an eagle that hangs out around the house here. You caught him? Yeah. Seen him?
No, but I did see a big ass owl the other day sitting in a tree.
Oh, Naomi's pissed. I have to show you. Did I show you the videos of the bear? We have a bear that lives here that I'm afraid Jimmy's going to get eaten
Oh,
one
shit.
of these days walking down this drive.
Gorilla bear? Fucking.
You know, I've warned him about keeping salmon in his pockets too.
So you're telling me I shouldn't throw the old steak bones and stuff in the woods?
Well, we actually, do it. We put them in front of the trail cam. We put a trail cam at the end of the driveway, and we take all kinds of crap and dump it down there, and we bring the dangerous wildlife to us. Just for shits and giggles. But yeah, there's like whole packs of coyotes out here. Jimmy Bones is in mortal danger every single day when he steps out of his house.
Oh my God! When I came home last night, I was with Jess, and she said to me, she's like, "Is that coyotes?" You could hear the coyotes howling. Like you hear one howl and you hear another one. It's kind of crazy.
You probably beat him in a giveaway. That's probably what happened.
Yeah, they're mad at me.
I think I have a good Jimmy Bones poem. I think I can come up with one. Nobody else seems to want to write a poem for Jimmy Bones. So roses are red, violets are blue. Jimmy won my giveaway, so Jimmy, fuck you. How about that?
That was beautiful.
Thank you. I'm like Jim Morrison.
What the fuck? You just stole my poem. You just stole my poem.
That was not your poem. It may have been Morrow's poem, but I said first. So.
Yeah. I shared it with him last night. I can't believe he did this to me.
That'll teach you.
Hell yeah. That'll definitely teach them. So hey, I did the drawing, and we have 4 winners. And guess what? None of them are Jimmy Bones.
What is going on? There's a glitch in the
That's
matrix.
fact.
Did space break him? It broke his
But
luck.
Are DeFi or Yoda one of the winners? Because they went every
Yeah.
shoe everywhere.
DeFi.
so DeFi FOMOFO is the number 1. And he's gonna win something from Jimmy Bones because 2 cats with horseshoes up their ass should freaking share.
Hell yeah.
Well, he's gonna get 5,000 NFTs.
Oh, good job. No, I'm just kidding. The other winner is Journey, Lord, and Captain Alamaze, HM. So, let's see. We'll say Journey. If you hit me up, well, Journey. Let's say we'll give you the pause for the cause. Lord will get the Ada TV, and Captain Alamades, if you DM D5FO Mofo, you will get the rabbit list from Frog Collective, and you can check that out.
DeFi just DM me.
Yeah, DeFi is coming up.
Where is Journey still in here? I was gonna say just DM with your address, but I don't see.
No, she dipped out, but that's okay. So if she dipped out, then we're gonna flippity floppity. Let me see. Yep, we can do a reroll. Let's go back to entries.
Hey, Powder, while you're re-rolling that, as much as I appreciate it, please go ahead and re-roll mine as well. I'd like to pass on that NFTC to someone else, so thank you.
Yeah, no problems, man. How are you doing today, brother?
Oh, I'm excellent. Just getting ready for work now and enjoying listening to all this praise from my brother Jimmy. And, yeah, it's been great hearing from everybody, and I just want to say I appreciate all of you. I mean, Powder, I wouldn't have probably met any of these people or most of them if not for you. You got me hooked up with Maria with your little job board when you first posted that up in your server back in the day.
Oh yeah.
And everything just sort of snowballed from there. So, and then between this space and then when this, which I think the first episode I heard from that was the interview with Punk Ass Mullet Lord. So that's sort of got me hooked there. And then
I was a co-host on.
Pardon me?
I was a co-host on that one.
I don't remember that, but yeah, no, I do. I know. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
that was fun.
I totally forgot about that. But
DeFi. Why did I think DeFi was like a 20-year-old? I must have gotten voices mixed up. For some reason, I thought DeFi was like a kid. But I somehow I totally got it messed up.
No,
I don't know. I was just telling Naomi.
As much as I'd love to go back and redo some shit.
You and me both.
Yeah, I hear you. We've been through some stuff for sure, but we're still here kicking, and we're all gonna make it.
Hell yeah. I love DeFi, man. He's everything that anyone is ever doing. If you're trying to do the right thing for this space, he's just all over it. It's insane. The amount of engagement you get from DeFi FOMOFO. I said his name wrong forever. I was always saying DeFi Mofo.
Everybody does.
And then I saw the FOMOFO.
It took me,
but I finally got
to say it correctly.
Yeah, I actually just for the first time got it right on this space.
I would always call him DeFi FOMO.
Yeah.
He's right, DeFi man. You're a fucking dope ass cat, just like Jimmy Bones. Always around. I'm glad that I could have been somewhat of a part of your experience of getting deeper into the Web3. I really appreciate that. That's really like when you guys tell me shit like that, man. That's what makes me want to keep doing this because sometimes I get a little discouraged, from time to time, and then when I hear that, that's that pick me up I need to keep pushing forward, man.
Anything I can do to help, don't hesitate. Hit me up.
Hell yeah, same, bro. Cool, dude, and I appreciate you, but actually, you know what? Let me see. Let me see if I got something in my wallet that you don't have, and I'm gonna.
By the way, Mrs. Machinist, Naomi says hi, DeFi.
Hello, how's it going?
It's good.
She's going to see cats today. Going to see cats. That should be interesting. I saw cats once. I fell asleep.
Oh, nice.
Very comfortable chairs. But.
All right, so I did do a redraw. So DeFi, you won again.
Figures. That's what happens. Good things happen to good people. I think that's why Jimmy Bone went.
But Meta Sailor, I'll give you the Ada TV. Let's see, because I don't Lord's not in here, so Meta Sailor, DM me, and I'll give you. Actually, I don't even see Meta Sailor in here anymore. Now that I'm looking, well, I get.
I found out a cool trick that DeFi actually taught me. I've done hundreds of hours of Twitter Spaces. I didn't know this until DeFi taught it to me. But if you click on the little people on the bottom, you can use the magnifying glass to actually search the space to see if people are in the room or not. It makes it super easy to figure out if people are here.
Actually, I just learned something too on the Twitter picker. There's like a redraw button right next to the name.
Oh yeah,
that's cool. So
that makes things
it
easier.
does. TDGB, hit me up. You won the Ada TV. We're gonna say $ Medra Staker or
medium rare
staker. Yeah. So you win the 5,000 NFT. I was about to say 500,000. I'm hard. Drit.
You'd have to.
You won something. Yeah, I don't have that. Driz, you're gonna get the. We'll give you the pause for the cause, and JV Cool, you will get the rabbit list from the Frog Collective from DeFi FOMOFO. So make sure JV Cool, you message him. Driz, you can message the Machinist, and you'll get that. Medium rare staker, you can hit up Jimmy Bones for your 5K, and TDGB, you can hit me up and I will send you that Ada TV. All right. So shifting back to it, we've had a really freaking actually dope conversation. And if you think about it, Jimmy Bones, it's kind of crazy that a show about you has lasted almost 2 hours.
Yeah, I was thinking about that last night because I do get a little anxiety when I have to speak. I still do. Not like I used to. I used to be terrified to speak on spaces, but I was thinking about it last night, and I was like, I don't know what I'm possibly going to talk about for this time. So, but it's kind of crazy that we did last.
Well, don't worry, man. You're in the hands of a master. That's right. That's right. Senpai. No, I'm just joking. That's something different.
My spiritual guide.
But and I know a lot of people get that way. They are, they get a little nervous and anxious. But if you think about it, a lot of the people that are really close to the Chillin' with the Homies show were all kind of not really, stoked to be on the mic. And now it's easy for them. Like look at freaking Mullet Lord. Mullet Lord's got his own Wednesday show now. And he didn't like being on there talking at all. But I fucking forced him.
Well done.
It's a truth. It's a truth.
And so are you, Jimmy. I remember like
Yeah, I know him well.
I
Lord didn't like doing it at first either.
remember we had
Talking on the spaces, he was
once
like
or
me,
twice we had
get
little
stressed
coaching
out about it.
sessions.
I mean, it's
Remember?
He's
stupid
good at
because,
that.
You were gonna jump in and
yeah,
say something on like an AMA.
he definitely is.
And so are you, Jimmy. I remember, like you said, you used to be very nervous about it. I remember we had once or twice we had little coaching sessions. Remember before you were going to jump in and say something on like an AMA. But
Yeah.
bro, this is awesome. Just to see what this space can do, not just for us as a community, right, and bringing people together, but how it can help us grow as individuals, right? Public speaking is not an easy thing. And you're good at it, man. You got a good voice for it. The Mullet Lord, too. Now we got to make the Jimmy
need a
Bones
host.
space.
We were
But
looking for
I don't
another
know if
co-host,
that's
so
such a
that'd
good
be a
idea
idea
because he'll put me and Powdery out of business.
That's true. Or he can actually, maybe help me out and make this a little bit more entertaining.
We do need a host. We were looking for another co-host, so that'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, but I don't know if Jimmy Bones is available all the time.
I'm actually not. Saturday mornings are tough for me because Friday nights I tend to have kick a few back.
Yeah, no worries. I mean, that's why.
I literally I only had like 2 beers last night, knowing I had to get up for this because otherwise I'm usually like half asleep when you're starting the space. Like I'll be awake an hour into it, but
Yeah, it's early, man. I've been trying to figure out different times to actually run it, and it definitely it has not been super easy.
It's rough, but I just wanted to kind of.
that's why like anybody on like the West Coast and stuff like that that's here, I really appreciate you guys because I know you're up mad early to listen to this.
Yeah, definitely, man. It's rough, but I just wanted to kind of stay consistent with it. That's what I decided. I mean, Friday nights, Saturday nights are a little bit difficult for people, so just figured keep it in the morning. So, anyways, enough talking about the show, enough talking about the giveaways, enough talking about these other things. What I want to know from Jimmy Bones himself is what are the things that send off red flares in your head that says this shit is probably a rug?
Well, for me, I really want to know who the founder of the project is. Doxing is kind of important to me. I know people don't want to dox for whatever reason, but if I can't figure out who you are as a person, like, you know what I mean? It's like any business. You don't just hand your money to anybody that you don't know who the hell they are and that you can't like look into their background a little bit. So that's like one thing to me. That and the other thing is like, I don't know, when somebody's trying to sell something really crazy expensive to me, like if you're selling an NFT for 400 or 500 ADA, it's like, I don't know, what am I getting out of it? Like, I want proof that you're going to provide me some sort of passive income or something. I don't want just promises. You know what I mean? If you're going to try, if I'm going to pay that much for something, I want to see what the hell what am I going to get out of it? Because that's just a crazy price to me. The high prices, I'm cheap anyways. I don't like to pay expensive prices for NFTs, but I've always said that, if it's over 100 ADA, it's got to be something that I'm already invested in. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I hear that. Actually, I forgot who I was talking. I think I was actually talking to my wife about it because my wife, she's been kind of getting a little bit more interested about what I'm doing, with NFTs and crypto. And I was talking about tokens earlier today, and I was telling her how someone hit me up and asked me to take a look at their wallet and give them a little bit of advice on their tokens. And the funny thing is not because I am associated with NFTC, but in their wallet they had NFTC, and I was like, hey, the funny thing is the only thing that's worth a damn in your wallet is the NFTC. And I named there's this one particular token that was sold, but it was sold as an NFT, not as a token. And I was like, this isn't worth.
Yeah, I have several of those.
Yeah, I was like, this isn't worth anything unless you sell it. And they became very offended by that. They're like, I'll never sell that. And I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm just assessing your wallet, bro. You know what I mean? You asked me to assess it. This is my finding.
Yeah, I'm not trying to offend
This
you. I'm not
idea
trying to
that,
offend
like,
you
certain
here,
people
but just
can't
being honest.
sell
Yeah,
because they have
exactly.
to guard the value of the project.
So
There's that thing though. Have you guys heard of the guards by any chance? Like NFT guards, like project guard.
nah.
So it's this idea that like certain people can't sell because they have to guard the value of the project. So I always wonder if that like that's where that mentality is coming from. And DeFi Mofo has his hand up.
Go ahead, DeFi.
Yeah, I was just wondering who actually won that ribbon list. I got 2 DMs, and I was not really paying attention at the moment. I was sort of getting ready for work. So
It should be.
who officially won it? I'm gonna try to see if I can get a second one for whoever didn't win it.
It should be JB Cool.
Yeah.
That won it.
Okay.
And watch out for scams, right? A lot of people will change their Twitter handle. I think there's bots that do this to try to collect giveaways. It happens to me at least once a week. So I go to the person that won. I go to their profile, right, and click right on the message button there just to make sure. They'll change like one letter. They'll make an I the number 1 or something in their Twitter handle and try to get over on you. So always be careful with that.
I'm 99% sure that this is not a scammer on the other one, but yeah, I'm gonna see if I can hustle up a second one for them as well. So hopefully I can get 2 of them going, but I'll definitely get JB Cool sent in and work on that second as soon as I get off here.
Hell yeah, man. You're fucking so dope. And you do shit like off the fucking record too sometimes. I know you don't really want me to bring that up, but
Yeah, you also take a hit.
yeah, you definitely do that. And you're like, hey, don't say it's me.
That's like when you say
Bro,
like a
you're
project's
fucking
legit,
definitely
I'm like,
a
what?
positive
Oh
force
yeah, that's gotta be
in
legit.
the background of the Cardano community, dude.
Oh my god.
Yeah, you also take the hits, man. You're into so many projects. That's like when you say like a project's legit, I'm like, what? Oh yeah, that's gotta be legit.
Yeah, usually that's a benchmark for me, right? Just like with Jimmy, right? If I see Jimmy involved in something or DeFi, that kind of puts any misgivings I had aside, right? This is not financial advice. Do not invest in everything that DeFi and Jimmy Bones are invested in if you don't want to.
True.
But they both, they do their research and they care about this space. So when they dig into something, if they're going to go for it, I know looking at, okay, Jimmy's behind this or DeFi's behind this, there must be something to it.
Yeah, you're not wrong. DeFi actually has hit me up a couple of times and, suggested projects for me to interview, which is, they turned out to be great projects, honestly. I really enjoyed it. Like, Terrain Pals and Polutos on a Chain, or Palitos on a Chain. No, Poitos on a Chain. Sorry, my Spanish is not so good tonight. I'm 3D in on the Japanese beverages, but
Nice.
I really appreciate him doing that, and it's cool, man, to have cats like him and Jimmy Bones around. But talking more about the red flags of rugs and stuff like that. You really want to pay attention to my person. Sheesh. In my opinion, you really want to pay attention to whether or not they're really following through with things. Because I was talking about a token earlier, and it just kind of reminded me, like, if someone's selling you something and then like they're throwing so much information at you that you kind of forget about the other things that they've done that they haven't followed through on. That's definitely a really huge red flag. Even though they may be active and there may be a lot still going on in the server, sometimes you need to really take a look and see. You got to be able to see through the smoke that's being put up, because a lot of times projects that don't really have a lot of depth, they throw up a lot of smoke screens, and it's not necessarily a rug like we were kind of talking about, but it's just a lot of information to kind of detract you from what's actually going on behind the scenes. You want to pay attention.
Yeah, you'll see a lot of we're coming out with this, like, say before Mint, they're going to promise you one thing that they're working on development. And then they may, whatever, you're in the Discord, and then they're promising something else, and then they're promising something else, and something else, but nothing's ever getting completed. That's not a good sign. It's just, they're just trying to keep the hype up for the project, and, oh, we're going to do this, but nothing ever gets accomplished. It's just like a really slow rug.
Yeah, it is. And the crazy thing about that is they keep doing that hype issue, so you don't see those things, but the behind the veil is really what are they doing? What are they doing to you?
No,
You know what I mean? Are they trying to siphon money off of you? Are they just?
We're talking about failed
I mean,
projects.
it might not even be like necessarily. I guess it would be a slow rug.
We can call it now. They're officially publicly saying it.
But really,
No,
it comes
no,
down to
we're forgetting-
scam.
Jesus Christ.
We're talking about failed projects, and I've been like chatting up in the greatest failed project of all now. We can call it now because they're officially publicly saying it.
Guys, awesome, dude.
Rogue Galaxies. Jesus Christ.
Damn it! Did they actually say that they're a failed project?
Maker or whatever.
In line number 5 of our last announcement, I just been talking to a storyteller who's been on this space before. Guy's an awesome dude, and he's trying to do what he can, but he doesn't own the project, so it's up to NKM Maker or whatever. I'm not trying to be disrespectful. Yeah, and because I do business with them, we all kind of do for most of the stuff we did. So they're legitimate dudes. Their marketing was legitimate. You know what I mean? You knew these people, and I'm seeing what happened because, like, I know I've been working on Cardinia City and other stuff, and from my perspective as a game developer myself, I was bringing this up, like, if you don't have money, like our production value is lower. And so I'm programming a lot of stuff now these days too for Cardinia City, right? But I can do that without getting paid. What these guys are promising, you know what I mean? Takes a little bit more money. And so when they basically had this Kickstarter related to this last round, that's why they had to keep the price up. But other projects operate like Cardano's like a Kickstarter. But then I saw this and I was like going, I had some questions and concerns. And I don't feel this was a slow rug. This is legitimately a slow failed project that didn't have enough money to continue its active development cycle. So that's a whole another ball of wax. And like I said, storyteller, I'm gonna mess them up again. MKR Maker, right? These cats, like everyone in
Yeah, it's in.
Thank you. And I saw you in the other space. Do you have other things to add? Because I gotta produce this space. I can't be in 2 spaces at once.
Yeah, that's why I was actually sort of a little later than normal coming in to Shillin this morning. They were having an amazing conversation. Patrick Tobler, the founder of NMaker, was on there, and he just I really have zero faith in their abilities, and I think it's a fucking. I'm sorry, I'll watch my mouth, but I think it's.
I say fuck all of
that.
them.
Cardano Foundation and
oh
IOG
shit! So they basically
backing them so much, and they've had some shady mints where people that work at the company get the one-of-ones and the rares and stuff.
Shit! So they basically have been accused of open seeing stuff. Accusations to be clear.
Yeah, not to the extent, I don't believe, but. And I think, don't get me wrong, like, I don't have all the details. I got in the scene after, some of these accusations had already went down. But yeah, I'm not a fan of Endmaker, but yeah, I was
I,
mainly
I
raging today
gotta
because I just
I gotta
wanted
just
to stay
defend them a
real.
little bit here. Some of those process, like what they're building, is a tool for people to use, and the multi-sig tech that we are now using for doing mints is not impregnable. Or sorry, it's not unimpregnable. It has problems. It is exploitable.
Sure.
So like it's not always their problem. Like it's a network wide problem when these things are happening.
Absolutely.
And that being said, I'm seeing a lot more value of the old style of minting, of sending, an amount of ADA to a contract address, because it's so much more secure. There's no way that anyone can mess with that,
Yeah,
because
it
it's
ends up
just a
happening to
single
me too.
transaction point from the
I'm
user
not
to
the
the
only one.
contract.
Thank you for saying that.
That's
Because
how
the
I
other one
always
doesn't
mint
work for me.
everything because I do everything from my phone. So I always do the manual mint.
Yeah,
But as far as Endmaker and like,
Yeah, that's what ends up happening to me too. I thought that was. I'm not the only one. Thank you for saying that. Because the other
the
one
only
doesn't work.
the only problem with the contract mints is if that person disappears, then that project is fucked.
what do you mean?
So, like, say you have a private minter, and you've paid all this money to mint your stuff to them, and then they disappear with the keys to the mint. Then you can no longer mint because they have disappeared with the keys. That's happened
But
to
I'm saying, like, even on Endmaker Pro, you can decide to do multi-sig minting, or you can decide to do the send in the address, the pay in form of minting. So if you decide to stay away from the multi-sig and just do the pay-in thing, you're gonna have a lot less of these exploitable problems. So
That is
one of
definitely
this,
the
for
way to
instance,
go.
that when you are using multi-sig minting, you can actually see before the transaction completes the NFT that you're gonna mint. So what's happening is people are stopping their transactions and reinitiating them until they get the NFT they think they want. And if they have any inclination as to where a special NFT is in a collection, or how your numbering scheme is for your NFTs, well, they're going to figure it out and they're going to mint them. And I've seen several projects exploit it, even one of ours. So multi-sig is not perfect, unfortunately. So can't blame them for everything. There's issues throughout the network.
I will do it because I like room to take.
Oh, I think we've lost Powdery in Japan.
Oh, did
Hey,
Powdery's
you?
real
lagging
quick,
pretty bad.
guys. I'm heading
Damn.
to work right now, and I'm going to have to drop down. But I just want to say thank you all. I love you guys, and we'll see you all on Bob's Corner this evening. And go steak with NFTC. Peace.
Hell yeah. Love you, buddy.
Love you, love you, D5, man. Thanks
Take
for
care,
coming.
D5. Chat to you soon.
Am I really rugged? That's not good.
You were. You sounded like you were in a fishbowl.
You
Oh,
sound fantastic now, though.
Yeah.
it's because I was.
Well, I wouldn't say fantastic, but you sound like yourself.
Fuck you.
So
Nah.
sorry that I want to continue this conversation. Sorry for butting in, but I just want to talk about a couple other things about these uh, mints that people need to look out for. So another one is these reveal mints, and I don't know if people have ever really thought about this, but the reveal mints are very dangerous because, don't kid yourself, the guy who's minting the NFTs, the project, they know exactly what NFT lines up with what number. So it's just too much of a risk. I'm not saying that all projects are doing this, but you have this big reveal mint. You go out, you mint them all, and then nobody knows what they are. They put them on the market at the floor price, and then you, as the project founder, knowing that, okay, this is a one of one, you go and buy it for 100 ADA. Boom. And you buy it with a different account, and no one can track that. So the reveal mint is just, in my opinion, just another way for founders to exploit people. We gotta just stick to the old ways that worked. When it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Absolutely. I'm not going to lie. I agree with Mullet Lord on pretty much everything he just said. And I was kind of amazed when we did Cause for a Cause, right? It was my first time working with Endmaker, right? And how all this stuff works, and realizing how easy it is for founders to like, if I wanted to, I could mint any asset from my collection, right? I can see everything's there, everything that's been minted, everything that hasn't been, and I can just mint it for the transaction fee to my own wallet if I wanted to. We don't do that, right? Everything's totally random with our airdrops, even with the giveaways that go into the community wallet. But just seeing how this stuff could be taken advantage of, it's crazy. It takes, you really have to have a founder that you can trust. I think it goes back to what Jimmy's saying about really knowing who's behind the project that you're investing in, right? And do they have your best interests at heart as a community member?
Yeah, man. And like, as much as we want this to be a trustless system and a decentralized network where we never have to worry, like in the end, you have to trust the guy behind the project. Like, there's always going to be a trust factor.
Well, that's why I think here, like on Chilling with the Homies, it's really important for us to figure out who's behind the project, and that's what one of the things I really try to focus on whenever we have guests here, because yeah, it's cool to know about the project and all the things that they're doing, but what about the people that's actually behind it? Are they really trustworthy people? Have they been in any other project? Have they been known to do any dirty dealing? That's why I try to do a lot of research beforehand, and I want to, publicly apologize about the Rogue Galaxy thing. I really thought that was going to be something dope. It looks like they're still going to try to work on it, from what I can see from, their announcements page, but they're not going to be able to work on it full time.
No, it's not that. I mean, it's dead because they don't have enough funding to maintain it. So what's going to end up happening? They're trying to talk to someone right now to take over the project, and hey, Mount Lord. I threw NFTC Creative's name in the mix, but I also do player mints name in the mix too. So I don't know if we can do anything with a project of this magnitude, right?
So I was gonna say, like this has been happening quite a bit lately, and it's almost like a bad sign. Like, I don't know how to look at it. I've had 3 projects in the last, I don't know, less than 2 weeks come to me and ask me to take their project from them. No cost. Just take it. Right? They're like giving me all the details on it, and like some of them seem pretty damn risky. Like, I've had a project who straight up gave me their financials. They made close to $500,000 minting their NFTs and squandered it all. Like in developments and living expenses, like all over the place. But it's pretty much all gone. And then they're coming to me asking me to take it over. I'm like, that sounds like a risk. Like, I'm not gonna be your fucking scapegoat.
Now this is my plan though. Okay. I put in 20.
I think on game development, I'll throw a number out here if this will shock anyone, but no one's gonna hear it because no one's here for Cardano City. If you are, hey, thanks for being here. I do see a couple people. Dude, $20,000 of my own money. Now this is my plan though. Okay, I put in $20,000 in game development, and that's including before we joined NKZ on the project. This is the funny part, right? That was probably the amount of money for the divorce. So I got to keep my wife.
Disappeared on us, and I was like, oh no! Like,
damn, that's crazy.
So we say that one too fast.
Yeah, because that's the thing. Like, we had full-time development at some point, and even then we're putting in a lot of free hours. Like, I wasn't getting paid, NKZ wasn't getting paid. Our mentor freaking disappeared on us, and I was like, oh no! Like, halfway through a mint. So we finally have other minting options now.
So now,
but we didn't have minting options in, so it just killed whatever little funds we had, and it wasn't a project meant ironically to make money at the time. It was more of an experiment, but then we had a monetization plan with the apartments and so forth and so on. So now, like I picked up more of the programming stuff because my programmer, he's got to find other work and stuff, and he's still there for the server code and the bigger things. But I'm like, wow. And now I'm happy. I'm making more of the game code and stuff like that. I've gotten smarter at that. But I'm like, wow. And it's like I'll air out some laundry. Some people did contact me about like NKZ's a rugger and all this other stuff. No, I'm still talking to the dude. He's just got to take care of his business and his family, and I can't. You know what I mean? That's the other thing. So
KZ's a good guy. If anyone's questioning him, he had a few troubled things come up when he had to handle. Like, we were working with NKZ, and we just have a conversation with him. Like, he had to deal with some shit.
There
take a
you
step
go.
back. He's
They've
not
got
rugging
money,
anybody.
right?
Yeah, so I mean, I get people getting
such
antsy,
like
but
how
it kills me because I'm gonna keep messing up the NK maker. Jesus Christ, it's terrible.
In maker.
But there you go. They've got money, right? I mean, that's why it's a shock. Like, how do you guys not have money for this project that you're in? I don't know what all the financials are, but
That's a funny point you make because I've seen that. Like, so like a project like Endmaker, and like again, I'm not trying to call anybody out, and I actually like the guys over there. I got a good friend who works over there, and they've got a lot of very useful services for people in this industry, especially people who want to develop new things. But anyway, I find that funny. Like, they have all these fees from all these transactions and all these NFTs minted, and so much ADA coming into their pot. How come they need to go to the Catalyst for money? And the same thing I saw with JPEG Store. JPEG Store probably makes so much money on every single transaction, but they're still looking for money to throw parties in the Catalyst. Literally, I saw their post. It was, we need to get the name of Cardano out there more. So instead of us paying for marketing, we want you to pay for it. Like, what? It makes no freaking sense. So yeah.
That Charles Hoskins.
And that was another point that was brought up, that Rogue Galaxies didn't, I don't feel, marketed outside enough out of the community. And we just had that whole we had a bit of a divide with the staking controversy that Charles Hoskins had brought up might be a problem like last year, but we then lost some other people because they feel now that Cardano is more centralized and more controlled. So the pot of people in Cardano itself, and I'd have to check wallet, maybe activity or ownership, but I don't know if that's a good metric. I don't know what a good metric is, so it's more of a research question I'm throwing out there. I wonder if the other reason too why maybe projects are kind of dying is that maybe some people are leaving the ecosystem, or might just be distracted by getting into other other chains, right? And maybe putting money into other NFT marketplaces. Again, these are just my speculative thoughts at this point.
I don't really know a lot about like the inners of the other chains, or like how difficult it is to, for instance, put together a Solidity contract. Like, I don't even know anything about that shit. But maybe it's easier to develop things on other chains than it is on Cardano, because it isn't very easy to develop shit on Cardano. God knows,
I want to
I'm
work with
trying.
this person. Don't get me wrong, but I know
I'm
you.
doing,
I know
but
you feel like
I'm trying a lot.
I'd rather help you out with some stuff.
Oh yeah, and I need to. I don't hear when I was talking to Maria. I need to send you a PM or something. I need help. Because I just talked to a metaverse person, and I want to work with this person. Don't get me wrong, but I know you. I've known you for like a year now or something. I'd rather help you out with some stuff that's going on as well. So, anywho, Jimmy Bones. What are your thoughts on the power of Cardano and all these projects that might not be Wagami?
You made the mistake
Well,
I made.
like I said,
I started
I've
doing things on
had
my
a few
own
rugs.
instead of following DeFi.
In the beginning, I think I went about
That's
6
why I've been
months, and I was
losing
like,
money.
oh, I've never been rugged. I don't even know what that is.
Recently.
And then all of a sudden, a few projects, like pretty much within a 2-month period, rugged.
You made the mistake I made. I started doing things on my own instead of following DeFi Mofo. That's why I've been losing money in projects recently.
Nice. That's funny as hell.
Yeah, but that's
Well, like I said, a couple of them were stupid. It was like, 4 ADA or 6 ADA per NFT. And it was like, well, this is probably a scam, but you never know. Maybe I'll make some money. It ended up being a scam, but.
Man, I got involved in one of these free mints, and they rugged me.
Yeah, me too.
It's never actually free though. You do have to pay the transaction fees and stuff.
Oh yeah, but I mean, like, they're not taking in any money. That's what they mean by free.
No, yeah, definitely not.
But they took all that money they didn't get, and they rugged us. Like, what the hell?
Bastard! Who does that?
I know.
I mean,
It's kind of
actually,
funny.
they wanted to work for free forever and keep that project going. That was the plan, right?
I got a question for you, Jimmy Bones. I had a discussion with someone the other day about the direction this space is moving, and that the time of hyped up 10K pricey mints is over. Right? People are the community's, been educated. We know what we're looking for in a project, and we want results. Right? People want something that actually has utility behind it. We don't want promises anymore. So there are some projects out now that what they're doing is they have free mints, and they say, this is the utility, like it's you can have access to this tool that we're building, or whatever else it happens to be. And then as that company grows, the NFTs gain value based on the value that the community puts on them. Right? They started as a free service. You have to have the NFT, but the NFT is free to mint. And then over time, their ideology is that if we build this out the right way, the NFTs will grow in value on their own. So, what do you think? Is that the next step for the Cardano NFT space, or are we still going to have all these hyped up mints with nothing to show up front?
I don't know, especially like if you start to see a bull market, I think you're going to see a lot of these hyped up mints coming back even more than they are now, just because you're going to have more people trying to take advantage of the fact that there's being more money being pumped into it, Like if the economy and the market turns around, when that happens, I think you're going to see a lot more people trying to take advantage. But what you were saying with the free mint stuff, I mean, that's kind of I like that concept if there's something there, because the value will come if they have something to offer, And if I mean, having a free mint, like Andrew was saying, you're not taking in any money, so it's kind of, you're basically putting your own money into it.
It's a good kind of way to just absolve yourself of any responsibility. But my only question is, like, if you're going to go that route of a free mint and build something and offer utility and hope that you're going to grow on that fact, well, A, you're going to need to have a high royalty percentage. And B, you're going to have to wait a long time for that project to pick up and start hitting, like, multiples in millions of volume to look at any sort of money that you could have made having a minting price. So it's a really, really big uphill battle. And I imagine a lot of projects who are trying to do that without any capital to begin with are going to have a real hard time and likely fail. So unless they're backing themselves with funding to begin with, I wouldn't really be interested in spending too much time in those projects.
Yeah, well, because if they have to put their own money into it, there's only so long they're gonna do all the work that it takes for free to not get paid. You know what I mean? Before they just
and to turn that corner where your project's all of a sudden gone from a free mint to has so much going for it that it's got 10 million in volume, and you've made 80,000 ADA to keep going. Like
yeah, and you're right. They would have to have a high royalty too, which I
it's a really strange idea to think that business model would ever survive, because you got to remember, these are businesses and they do cost money to keep going. Like from everything from hosting to all the services that we have to provide, like marketing, like getting people to. We have a lot of expenses. Like, I don't even know where to begin. It's crazy, man. Development, it's just insane. But that
not to mention all the time you have to put into it.
It's like we're always running out of money. Like, that's just the way it is. It's like a real freaking business. I love it. But that's the thing. Like, it is a real business. Money does need to get made to make this thing survive. So if you're coming into this with the idea that you're going to work your ass off, and hopefully you're going to make enough money to pay yourself back and make this all work, well, it's a real big uphill battle. I wouldn't expect those founders to be very successful.
Yeah, define it.
Businesses in red, right? Isn't that the number? 5 to 7. Amazon wasn't profitable for 10 years. That's Amazon.
But Amazon had money, regardless. He had capital to do what he was doing. He didn't just
defined it. Defined it.
He found investors. He found people to pay for what he was doing to keep him running for those 10 years.
CEO
was
the woman.
Like, regardless of how you fund yourself, if that's going and finding a private investor, you just got to have something. You got to have some sort of backup, because if you're going to be working on nothing, you're basically driving a car without gas in the tank.
I found interesting. The YouTube CEO was the woman who was renting the garage to the founders of Google. I always find that as an interesting fact, right? And she went from a little house, right, or Google, and she was renting out to the founders, to being the CEO of YouTube. And the Google founders went from a little garage to that massive California sucking up taxes and energy and building.
And exactly, it's no matter how you do it, like whether you live in a garage or whether you just move into your family's home where your grandma still lives, so that you can start a business without having to pay rent like I did. Like, you got to find these little things.
I think probably the where we're going to go, and these are both awesome points, and you make a great point, Mullet Lord, but it's probably going to be somewhere in the middle, right?
Yeah,
A
I mean,
lower price, but with something upfront to show, like a little more work is expected now in this day and age in the Cardano NFT space. Like you can't just make promises upon promises. Like here's to prove to you that we can do what we're saying, but we need X amount of dollars to get it done. You know?
yeah, for sure. And then you may be able to say, in one scenario, we're going to mint for a fee to get that X amount of dollars, or we're going to pull private investors. But either way, you got to have some sort of plan to fund what you're doing. And if you're just going to give your NFTs away and work for free, then that's not going to last forever.
Question.
No.
So
What do you think?
So talking about all this money and all this other stuff and what makes a successful project, what I want to know is what Jimmy Bones thinks makes a blue chip project.
Good question. And TD's got his hand up too.
Yeah, I see that.
I would just say if you can offer me some kind of return on my investment, if I'm giving you money to do something, like basically when I buy an NFT from your project, I'm kind of investing in you and hoping you're going to provide something in the future to me as a monetary gain, basically,
Yeah.
So if you have something to offer me, that's what I love about all the projects in NFT created, because you literally get passive income because of the tokens you can collect through drip drops. It's money every epic.
So what do you feel about the blue chip projects right now? Like Ape Society. Right now, their floor is at 7,700 freaking ADA. Play Nation still at 3,120. Space Buds. I don't know about Ape Society, but Play Nation and Space Buds, they don't really have any passive income. If you stake with Clay, you can get some passive income if you have, a decent amount of ADA in your wallet. But even Chilled Kongs. Chilled Kongs is still around the 1,500 floor level. But as far as I know, they don't have any passive income. Why are these blue chips still up there?
Because like what we were doing for
Yeah, it's just a
like with Kay, we were
PSP. I
trying to
don't
work
get
with
it.
some of the
I don't
because we found a way to
understand.
port.
Well, Play Nation, and I don't think I'm disclosing anything that they haven't disclosed already. They've got a lot of interesting metaverse stuff behind the scenes. Because like what we were doing for like BitK, we were trying to work with some of the because we found a way to port their metaverse assets, because in their agreement you get the 3D files, and we're working with some of their owners to create like metaverse stuff. Ironically, we're thinking about porting it to Cardistack at the time before we kind of put a hold off on BitK. It's like we just put a hold on BitK. But during the time though, yeah, we found out some interesting stuff. Like it got to a point where NKZ had talked to one of the leads or whatever, and he basically says like, just because we're not disclosing everything we're working on doesn't mean we haven't thought about some of the things that you guys want to do for our community members. So you kind of need to chill out. Kind of, it was a nice talk or whatever. But then yeah, I saw some of the other announcements that came out. I was like, wow, they are like they found a way. Some of the hard things to do with clay art, like traditionally, it's got a lot of geometry in it, right? So from like a computer graphics standard and a game standard, you don't want high resolution graphics because that's going to choke things, especially if you're using Web 2.0 solutions. But they had artistically found a way to drop the poly count and still make things look really amazing. And I was like, whoa, that's so cool. And I know they've done some more announcements about that in the community. So if you wanted to get in a really cool metaverse project that has Snoop Dogg and Snoop Dogg's son attached to it, and Charles Hoskins like stamp of approval, that's probably one of the reasons why I can say that Clay Nation is a pretty good pedigree still that's still up there. But the other ones I don't know enough about. So
Yeah,
But why would you not want to disclose things to your community? Well, I mean, what is that? How does that help them? Right? I promise we're working on stuff. We're not going to tell you what it is, but we are. Right? It's that. I mean, I'm not fudding Play Nation. I'm just saying any project. Right? If you're working on something, show us something. Like you look at Boss Cat, they will show constantly how they're moving forward with boss mode.
Well, there's
You
two
know, they
factors
just
to
had a
that,
bunch
right?
of
Again,
weapons
coming
they
from
came
my
out and
understanding of
showed
things
for their,
game development, right?
you know, what is that,
I
Battle
give a bunch
Royale
of shitty
game? They can
devlogs
show
that
that
don't
they're
turn
actually
around
moving
to show
forward.
progress. Me
While
being
some of
stuck
these
for
other
10
ones,
hours.
it's
Oh, that's
promises and
entertaining,
full
right?
promises.
Or
Well,
I can
there's
create
two
something
factors to that, right? Again,
Again,
coming from my understanding of
catchy,
things
shows
in
all the
game
work already
development,
done,
right?
and all the
I
problems
can
figured
give a
out,
bunch of
and
shitty
I can
devlogs that no one cares about
Q&A
to show progress.
better on
Of
what
me
I'm
being
actually
stuck for 10 hours. Oh, that's entertaining, right? Or I could create something that's really nice, that is catchy, shows all the work already done, and all the problems figured out, and you know what I mean, and I can Q&A better on what's actually shown versus just like these progresses. I've got hours of videos, hundreds of hours of videos of just junk that I can't even put on my YouTube. It doesn't do anything. So that's one thing is content creation. The second thing, of course, is trade secrets. Holy shit. If like I figured out a way to there's like a company called Real Illusion. I don't think it's spelling beans because other people are talking about it, but there's a way to actually there's a metaverse solution that can go and work with Unreal, Unity, and even Godot. And Real Illusions is part of that solution. Even NVIDIA came up with their own metaverse stuff for developers, and you've got an Unreal Engine, but you have a harder time exporting their stuff out to other game engines, right? So there's a trade secrets thing as well that I can respect the paranoia, right? When you have these for-profit entities that are trying to make money with groundbreaking stuff, there's a secret arms race, right? Versus it is. I mean, that's that paranoia thinking. But I agree with you, Machinist. I would like people to it's like I would like people to be like lazy like me and just throw out some videos and show us what's working. But you know what I mean? Again, those two factors are balancing. Can you make your development exciting, right? In a way that will engage people and work as marketing, like perpetuate the hype, or how do you balance your trade secrets when you're working on some very interesting technology and solutions that maybe be available to everybody, but maybe you don't want to tell everyone, hey, go check out these 3 companies and beat us to our own thing if you have more money and more skilled developers, right? So it's like there's an arms race factor. So anyone's thoughts on this, I'd love to hear it.
I know, I'm so awful, Jimmy.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
I thought I got rugged.
Not because this was a Jimmy Bone space, and I didn't want to continue with 5 minutes.
Yeah.
I know. I'm so awful, Jimmy.
I got a question
I'm so
for
sorry.
Jimmy Bones. I got a question for Jimmy Bones. What aroma of soap bar do you use, or do you? And when you're in the shower, do you use a bar soap, or do you use like a, one of those like gels?
Or
Loofah.
yeah,
You got it.
You got a loofah, everything. Like just run down your daily shower for me.
I use Axe body wash with a
I
loofah.
love it. Do you have to fight off the women like the commercials?
What scent in that?
fucking 14.
What color loofah?
Whoever sent they have at Walmart when I go there.
Nice.
I'm just trying to get information from Maria on Quest. That's all.
Do you have to fight off the women like the commercials when you axe them in the face?
Can you do a double pitch to chesty?
Oh my god.
Can you?
Can I wait a minute? I didn't hear it.
I said, can you do a double pitch to chesty? It's the one where they had like where they're like doing all these like BMX tricks and they're like spraying their armpit and across their chest.
Yeah, I remember that.
Oh, hell yeah. That's actually a good question.
편안합니다. 스트레스 케어 쉼으로 시작하자. 마치는 스트레스 케어 쉼.
Maria, I got a list here. Just trying to break it down.
So
I don't have skincare problems, so I don't care. I can use any soap. It doesn't matter.
if you could fill a pinata with something, Jimmy Bones, what would you fill that pinata with? Nice.
Even if it was like a kid's party?
No.
I know. It was kind of like an adult party. All right.
The only place you have pinatas is at kids' parties, right? Like you're gonna like set up a pinata for your nephew.
I'm gonna use questions that I've had like for a long time that I've never used on anybody. Beach, mountains, forest, city, or desert? Which would you like to live in?
Beach.
Nice. All right. Let's see.
Pepper.
What would your inner kid say to you?
Don't be such a dumbass.
Where's
Fair enough. Have you ever looked up pinisland.com?
Is that an NFT project? I just want it.
If you
No.
Yeah,
You should.
if you put it all together, it spells penisland.com. Sorry.
Yeah.
Is that an NFT project? I just wanted to.
It could be.
Yeah, it definitely could be.
the next blue chip?
What's your favorite song?
Favorite song?
Yep.
Wow. That's a tough one, dude.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's why it's a question. Or let's say, if you could be a song, what song would you be?
I don't fucking care.
Oh, all right. By who? Who's gonna sing? I don't fucking care.
That's actually a song. IDFC. It's by Black Bear.
There you go. You guys want to know how Jimmy Bones feels? Listen to that song.
It's a pretty funny
I
song.
thought it was going to be like, I'm too sexy for my shirt. Or
I'm every woman I witnessed.
Yeah. My song to describe me is It's Raining Men.
Fucking care.
Yeah.
Or Man, I Feel Like a Woman by Shania Twain.
That's a good one.
Besides smoking weed, what do you do to relax and chill?
I actually, when the weather's nice, I love going hiking and going to the beach. Those are my two favorite activities in the world. Because I just love being out in nature.
Do you smoke weed while doing them, though?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So you're still just smoking weed?
Yeah, but doing things that are very much enjoyable to me too. At the same time.
If you were in charge of collabs for NFTC, what would be your dream collaboration?
Would it be Rogue Galaxies?
That's a tough one. There's so many projects that I love.
Pick one.
Oh, 100%, yeah.
It's hard to pick one.
Would it be Rogue Galaxies?
No. I mean, obviously, I have the War Dogs PSP. They're one of my favorites.
But they're already collabing.
I know. I love them. I love Titans.
Collabing.
There's just
Like, are you
so many
talking-
projects.
What kind of collab, though? Like, is it like artistic collab? Is it up to him? Like, can he just invent the collab? Like, anything that comes up to him?
Yeah, whatever, in some way, shape, or form of collaboration. Like one time, I almost brokered a collaboration with the Chilled Kongs and Card Set. I was very close, and then it fell apart.
I mean, I do like Boss Cat Rocket Club. They're very cool. I think that's a cool project.
on it. All
Yep,
right.
see? Look at that. That was... I
Looks like we gotta get Jimmy his birthday present, which is an NFTC Boss Cat collab. How are we gonna do this?
I think it's possible.
I think I know a guy who knows somebody.
I think I might also know a guy who might know a guy. We probably know the same guy.
I think it is the same guy.
He's probably a total asshole. Just saying.
It sounds like big dick energy going on. I'm just saying. I like it.
I
I
got
would love
it.
to see that happen. That's why
I gotta get one of those shirts that says BDE right on the front. They're hilarious.
Nice. Let's say summer, winter, fall, spring. What's your time of year?
I love the summertime because I love the warm weather, especially now that I'm getting older. But I always like the winter time when there's snow, like if I can ski or go snowboard and do something fun. Otherwise, it just sucks because it's just cold and I don't like it. So I would have to say
I
summer.
do agree with you. When it's cold, not snowing, I believe it's pointless.
Yeah, it's stupid. If there's not snow, if I can't go out and have fun in it, I don't want it to be cold. I'd rather it be
Yeah,
warm.
100%. I actually really appreciate the summer a whole lot more now that I'm in Japan and living out in the Japanese housing because they don't have insulation. So the houses are always fucking cold.
Oh yeah, that sucks. Like, what's the coldest it gets there?
It snowed here multiple times. So 20s? Yeah, it gets pretty cold.
Yeah, if you got a shitty insulated house, then it gets cold.
Yeah, it's like it gets pretty cold in the house. But they have these like cool table, well, I guess not tables. I guess they would be more like coffee tables. They're called kontatsus, which you can take the top of the table, the coffee table off. You put a blanket over it. You put the top back on, and you plug it into the wall. And underneath the table, it has a heater, which is super cool. Except I can't sit on the floor, so I can't sit underneath it. I'm just not flexible enough for that.
Wait, you have to sit under the table?
You sit under like it's a coffee table, which is about almost chest height. When you're sitting down on the ground, and it has like where you would put your hands underneath the table, and normally you would feel like the bottom of the table. Well, there they actually have a heater, and it heats because there's a blanket. So it gets like fucking crazy warm underneath there. It's amazing. It's definitely dope because I got down there for a little bit as long as I can handle it. But it definitely was. It's really cool. They use a lot of blankets in Japan.
When it gets warmer, at least this is what I.
Because if you use your heaters, you're gonna spend $700 like I did last month on electricity.
Yeah, but interestingly, they use a lot of blankets, but then you also turn up their AC because when it gets warmer, at least this is what I saw in a report. This is what a lot of foreign husbands, quote unquote, like complain about.
Well, you got to be careful with that actually because of the humidity level that's here during the summer. If you turn your AC up too much, you'll get black mold in your house.
That is
interesting. Yeah, you got to be careful with it. It's definitely, it's a fine balance. But anyway,
hold on a sec. I gotta ask Jimmy a question.
It's been a really great show, but we're coming to that
Why
point.
you? Okay. Why
And
you?
it's about time to call it good to go. And that we're done.
Wait. Hold on a sec. I gotta ask Jimmy.
Oh, go ahead.
Jimmy, let me ask you. Why you? Okay.
Why Jimmy Bones? And why?
Why me what? Am I running for president of something?
Do you jump people's bones when you're Jimmy? Is that why you're Jimmy Bones?
No, I was always really skinny my whole life, and that's just always been my nickname. So when I made up my Discord name and Twitter profile and all that, because I started it all at the same time, I had to learn Discord and Twitter all at the same time, so I never had been on these platforms. So that's always been my nickname my whole life, so that's where it came from. But it was always because I was really skinny when I was younger. That's kind of how it originated.
So I know, Tyler was saying why you, but we'll let you start off like kind of the goodbyes and sign off with, if you were new to the space, what is something that you wish you knew?
Don't just jump into shit. Do your research. Ask around. Don't be afraid to ask questions either. Because if somebody doesn't want to answer your questions, there's bullshit behind it. So I would just say, walk away. Because there's been a lot of times where I either wanted to ask questions and didn't feel comfortable doing it, which you should never have that issue in any community. Or if you did, you would see people ask questions and then, they kind of get shit on. It's not, you're never funding a project if you're asking a question that you're investing money in it, if it's something legitimate. So I would tell myself definitely do a lot more research and don't be afraid to ask questions.
Hell yeah. What's up, TD? Go ahead.
There he is.
TD. My British brother from another mother.
There he is.
Go ahead. You're up.
No, just before we left, I just wanted to say, hey, Jimmy.
What's up, TD? How you doing, buddy?
Yeah, I'm good, mate. I really love this, and I've loved everybody appreciating you. And I just want to add, he doesn't only just do this in the NFT space. Every day, every morning, every night, he's there in War Dogs as well. And we have some fun in there, don't we, Jimmy?
Oh, hell yeah. I love the War Dogs. You know that.
So, yeah, that's just my appreciation before we leave. Yeah, thank you, Jimmy.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate it.
There we go. Thank you.
Hell yeah, we appreciate you, TD, man. Thanks for always coming up and saying some good, kind words to the homies. We really appreciate that. Speaking of which, now that we're talking about TD, on March 18th, one of TD's super close homies, Lad Swag, is going to be on here. So definitely come check it out, man. Mr. Barney himself, freaking war hero. If you're wanting to check out he's got a YouTube ordeal. If you want to check that out, hit me up or hit TD up, and we'll send that to you, and you can watch and learn about this freaking war hero, bro. All right, Mr. D5 Fomofo. Final word, sir, if you're still around.
Thanks for everything, guys. Jimmy, you are the best. I love y'all. Have a wonderful afternoon, evening, morning, whatever the case may be. We'll see y'all in a few hours at Boss Corner.
Yeah. Machinist.
Love you, brother.
Your turn, buddy.
I hate you, Jimmy Bones. No,
you are a dude.
Honestly, back when we first we were both kind of new to the space. At the same time, I had maybe like a month and a half head start on you. But to be able to take this journey with someone, I've made a lot of friends in Web3, and there's plenty of contact. None of that really matters, right? It's great and they're good friends, but I don't get to see them on a daily basis and know them as a person. And to have such a good friend to kind of walk this whole path with has been priceless. So thank you for being you, man. That's really it. Both in the space and outside of it. You're not about the bullshit, right? Whatever comes out of your mouth is what you mean, and it's usually because you care. Actually, it's always because you care, right? I don't think I've ever heard anything negative come out of you in the NFT world or the real world. And that's an amazing thing, right? For someone the world is not a comfy, cozy place, right? We all have tough times, but you have a talent of always staying positive and seeing the brighter side and helping others to do the same. And that's huge. So I love you, buddy. This is an awesome idea to have this Jimmy Bones appreciation space because everyone that has had the benefit of meeting you does appreciate you. And I think this was great for you to do, Powdery. And I thank you guys for letting me be here.
Thank you, Ken, man. I love you, buddy. I really appreciate it.
I still hate you.
Jimmy Bones LaDouche. No, I'm just kidding. Mullet Lord, your turn.
Shit, I was just about to say, I'd hate to be the guy who has to follow that up. And it's me. Yeah, no, Jimmy. Obviously, like I said earlier, man, you're just such a good guy. You're always there for anything, man. Like if I've ever just need someone to chat with, you're there for me almost immediately. I do really appreciate you, and you bring lots of great ideas to everything that we do, and you're creative and you're fun, and man, you're just such an awesome guy. You're so kind, and I just couldn't think of a better person to have the first appreciation space day for. So, yeah, man. All my love to you as well.
Well, what I'm
and,
gonna say
hope you have
is
an awesome
basically
day
from
beyond this as well.
my head. So my head is not a very good
Thank you,
source
bro.
of
You know I love you,
news,
man.
but the way I remember it, the way I remember Maria talking.
Your turn.
Okay, in my head memory. What I'm gonna say is basically from my head. So my head is not a very good source of news, but the way I remember it, the way I remember Maria talking. Okay, in my head memory, she was really excited about the Discord. As she was saying, she was not excited about the Discord. She was more nervous, but I read it as excited. And that's when we actually started talking about what would eventually become the Hump Day space. That was one of the things that, because of your, again, how I remember it, do your own, I don't know, Reese, I don't even know how to disqualify this, but basically, yeah, the way I remember it is that she was nervous about things, and then those numbers and all that attention support. I said, well, what about doing your own Twitter space? And you've got numbers here. There's people that like you and follow you. Yeah, man, I got to give credit where credit is, and I hope this isn't imaginary. I hope that this is how it happened. And I love you, man. I love you for all the stuff that you've done. So. All right. There you go. That's all Jimmy Bones. That's all my final words and thoughts are.
Thank you, man. I really appreciate it, man. Love you too.
Well,
I just gotta say
Jimmy,
one more thing too.
Oh, go
Sorry,
ahead.
Jimmy's just so active too, in all the communities that he participates, like that he supports. Like he's the first guy there saying good morning, and he's there saying good night, like every single time. He's just there, and he's the best community member that I could have possibly ever asked for in NFTC. He's just such an awesome guy, and yeah, I just want to throw that out there too. I do love you, man. Like it's just so awesome. If everybody was like Jimmy, this place would be amazing.
That's facts. Jimmy, I second all those statements, man. You're a dope cat, and you're the only person that talks in the Chillin' with the Homies Discord channel.
A lot of times I'm saying good morning and good night to myself.
Yeah, no, that's facts. Yeah, I say it every week. I gotta get better. I fucking suck right now. But I really appreciate that you stick around regardless of the situation. You're always there for my homies. You're always here for Chillin' with the Homies every Saturday. You support everybody that you believe in. You know what I mean? And you can't really say that much for a lot of people. A lot of people say they're going to do things and whatever else. Even me, I'm like, hey, I'm going to do this. But then we let life get in our way. But it seems like, yeah, you still got a life going on, but you want to make sure that your family on the Discord knows that you're still around and you still appreciate them. So even though you win everything and we get a little bit bitter, you're still a freaking dope ass cat to have around, man, and we really appreciate you.
Thank you, bro. I really do appreciate it.
Yeah.
I love all the communities that I'm in, and I love all you guys. And it's just, I don't know, everybody always asks me how I stay so happy all the time. I don't know, I just came to a point in my life where I realized you only get one chance at it. You gotta live it happy. Don't stress over bullshit. Just do what makes you happy.
Hell yeah. That's facts. So just to wrap it up, the final words is always here at Chillin' with the Homies, we aim to provide a platform for NFT projects, no matter their size, to reach a wide array of listeners. We believe if NFT projects and content creators work together, we can benefit the listeners, the projects, and the blockchain. The success of one can blaze a path for many. We really appreciate everybody that was listening, and all the speakers, and everybody that came up to really appreciate our homie Jimmy Bones. The conversation, I'm sure, will continue to go on in Discord. Just go in there, hang out in the NFTC, and you'll be able to talk to Jimmy Bones yourself if you really want to. Might be lackluster at times. No, I'm just kidding. It's always a good time with Jimmy Bones. We really appreciate everybody hanging out. Thanks for listening. We'll see you guys next week. Bye.
Bye
Love
now.
you guys. Thank you so much.
Later.
Thanks, Jimmy. Love y'all.
Oh, hey, yeah.